I don't think there's much else we can do. Hello. It's sort of been dour in camp this past week. We actually are still here. We haven't left. Our caravan captain has taken a turn for the worst, and we're quite certain that she is not going to make it through the night. So we have already taken measures to instill a new caravan captain. I guess the good news, you could say, if such thing is possible, is we were able to track down the bard who did this. We've been traveling with a arcanist, wizard, in our group, and used some divining magic to help track down the murderer. Unfortunately, we discovered too late that our mage was no preserver, defiler. And though I am glad that retribution has been done, I am not comfortable with the way that it happened. There is a place in the desert now where no life will grow for hundreds of years because of, yet again, another treacherous individual who seeks power overall at the cost of the world within which we live. Which brings us to our story that we've been telling. Give me just a moment as I collect my thoughts, because it hits very close. Since it turns out that our little friend Bap, well, as our group, our clutch, was attempting their escape, they stood at the brink of death just moments ago. The Yuan-ti had tracked them down through the narrow canyon. Sorry, just a second, damn it. The Yuan-ti had tracked them down through the narrow canyon where they disposed of the tailings of their victims. But then Bap cast a spell, and every single gorge fruit within sight shriveled and turned to ash. Defiler, as it turned out, is who rescued them. But then something else happened that no common defiler should be able to do. He ripped the life force from the clutch all... Wait, hold on. Damn it. I am botching this. Sorry.
Are you drunk yet? Or?
No, I'm not.
Take another shot. I think that's what you need to do.
This is probably the problem, that I'm not drinking.
Lube it up.
Yeah. Joe, you can edit this, right? He ripped the life force from the clutch, engorging his magic beyond reckoning. The clutch felt it deep within, as if the very blood in their veins were turning itself to ash. And then, for all save Ma'ak, the last thing they recall were the death hisses of the Yuan-ti and Craucus pulling a perfectly round black obsidian orb from his pocket. His look of confusion, the final sight that all saw as everything faded to dark. All except Ma'ak, who, because he is a Thri-kreen, is immune to effects of any kind that would cause him to fall asleep. He is not capable of actually falling asleep. It is not something that exists within the physiology of the Thri-kreen. And so here we are in this narrow gorge. The Yuan-ti that were all assailing you, all except for the pitmaster, have collapsed to the ground, dead. Their bodies already crumbling to ash. And Ma'ak, you have a sort of swoon that overcomes you somewhat. but you're able to stand your ground and hold your place. But the rest of you collapse, and Ma'ak and Bap, you see as the clutch around you, all the members fall and pass out where they stand. Rikus passing out in his travois sled. So,
Regnus, you mean, right? Chance?
Regnus, sorry, not Rikus, Regnus.
Riker?
Yeah, Riker. And the pitmaster still stands there about 20 or so feet away, staring in what you assume to be terror. His serpentine features are difficult to read, especially from this distance. And Bap, you are shocked at what you have just accomplished. You've never done anything like that before, and you stand there just sort of aghast. I think I'll give this moment to Ma'ak. Oh, and I forgot to say is Ma'ak already has a blue marble from his sacrifice last time.
Awesome.
When he gave his share of water away.
Right. Also, Geza didn't get hit by that spell either. He's on the edge of the battlefield or whatever. He was up high and outside of the range or something.
Okay, awesome.
Geza's awake. I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh no! You're not.
All right,
like,
that's
a
retcon.
Like it's not it wasn't the spell effect that did this. This wasn't this. You will discover this is not a sleeping effect. Because you took damage. Remember, from the life force being sucked from you. Everyone did, I believe.
I don't think I did.
Because everybody had to roll a save, and you either took 1d6 or 2d6 damage. Let me check that. Let me take a look. Let's look at your
This is a retcon. If you want that to happen, I can do that, but that's not what happened. I was outside.
Oh, if it's not what happened, then it's not what happened. But I forgot. I must have forgotten it.
I was just away from the party because I was up high on the cliff's edge or whatever.
Gotcha. But the plant life around you did die.
Yes.
Remember,
below,
you did see that.
Down below me, yeah. I saw that.
Okay.
So are we still in initiative order then, or?
I'm gonna say that yeah, we should still be. Let me open up my encounter from last time, because we should still be good to go. Resume encounter, yes. And it was Bap's turn when last we left off. Kraukus has collapsed. It is actually Ma'ak's turn then.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, I imagine, or I can't, like, not that it kind of doesn't matter because Ma'ak doesn't have time to process it, but I imagine feeling this defiling magic or seeing it for the first time, like really feeling it, because I took hit point damage. Ma'ak is actually almost dead anyway. I don't know what memories it might have triggered in me, but whatever might come up, I push it down because that pit boss is still like 20 feet away, you said? Ma'ak probably looks at Bap. I'm not sure if you can tell whether he looks wounded or angry, but he doesn't have time for that. He turns towards the pit boss, and all of a sudden his eyes flash like red like a laser, and psychic energy comes off of his cranium to strike at the basically as a mind thrust against the Yanti there, Aaron. So just to start off with, that's just my bonus action. So he owes me a charisma saving throw. DC, sorry, 1 second. DC is 15.
DC is 15. Okay, and if failure, what happens?
If he fails, he just takes damage. This is just mind thrust. I'm just warming up.
give me your damage.
Okay, awesome. So
you penetrate. So And just to be clear, you enter into basically you enter into your psychic space. You can see the pitmaster's essence, know, as a sort of serpentine coil,
right,
across the canyon. And there's something else you notice, but you don't have time to consider it too deeply at the moment.
Okay.
So give me that damage.
Well, fortunately, Ma'ak has perfect recall, so provided I survive this combat, I can deal with this in meditation later. Mm-hmm. For now, I will focus on that coil of psychic energy, and I will inflame my own astral self, strike him with a mind thrust just to warm him up. And so that, how do sorry, it's now wanting to roll 5. I don't want to do that. I just want to roll 1. I can't get this thing to roll.
Oh, you just you should click on the bonus is where you should be clicking.
No, I just need to roll a die 10 to do psychic damage. But it won't let me, this isn't gonna.
Oh no, if you look down in the bottom left corner, there's like a little 20-sider in red.
Yeah, and when I click that.
You click the die.
Sorry, I got it. Sorry. I got it now. Sorry, I had to click a different button. So sorry. I warm him up with 3 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
3. Okay, and then it's a good thing that I actually have that that blue marble. I want to use that for inspiration right now.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm going to use it. I'm going to impose disadvantage on his next saving throw. With this, I can do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use it for yourself. You can use it for them, and then vice versa. If you were to have pulled a black marble, it would be the same thing. They could use it as inspiration for themselves or impose disadvantage on you.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay. Either way. But it's to my advantage today. So Ma'ak is down to his last 2 hit points. Not a lot of side points left either. But he inflames his astral self and grows that scorpion tail, which thrusts forward and strikes him. He now owes me a wisdom saving throw, same DC, 15. And he's at disadvantage.
I mean, I don't really even have to roll twice, but yes, go ahead and give it to me. But the second was worse than the first, so yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, then he will be taking a grand total of 3 die 8 additional psychic damage.
Oh man, yeah. Okay.
Which is 12. So I've done 15 total. And since he failed his save against my ego whip, he can now only take the dodge, disengage, or hide action on his next turn. And so presumably won't come and slaughter us. Okay.
Jar, you are passed out in Slumberland. Now, one quick note before we move to Geza up on top of the mesa. As you lash out in this psychic space against the pitmaster, that thing that you notice after your second assault, you glance at it, and you can see a dim psychic aura coming from next to the large form of Craucus lying there on the ground. It's small, about the size of an egg, perhaps, and it's you just notice it begin to beat like a heart. Boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom.
I will keep that knowledge to myself for now.
Okay. So, Geza.
The pit boss is still up?
Yeah, he's still up.
I am declaring that I'm using missile stream as I fire an arrow at him.
Okay.
Do I need to do anything to target or any of that shit?
So I know that I wrote this myself, but I do not recall off the top of my head exactly how it functions. So
Missile stream. I can harness the power of the wind to propel a missile attack with tremendous force, making a ranged attack against a creature. I can use a bonus action to turn a successful attack into a critical hit. I must declare that I am doing it before I make the attack roll.
Okay. So then you just need to give me the attack roll.
Okay. But where is that? Here we go. Oh, wait, no, that's a different thing. Okay, here we go. Think I'm doing it? And that is not good. It's not looking good at all.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, that does clatter wide. It ricochets off the edge of the canyon and shatters, splintering into the ground.
So that was my action and my bonus action. What do I see from the canyon edge? Does anyone look like they are dying in my party?
Well, it's hard to tell if when they collapsed, it was because they either passed out or died. But you can see Ma'ak and Bap down there still alive and kicking.
Would I be able to roll insight, read body language to see if I feel like they're breathing enough or anything?
Yeah. And just as a note to GM's note, that's something else that I'll work on in the break, because right now Geza is using the special proficiency rules that I made for Dark Sun that adds layers, which I haven't implemented with anybody else. So we'll do that too. But for right now, it's fine.
Well, I rolled an 11, which is just so
it's
good.
It's really hard to tell from this height. It's really dark too down in the canyon.
Okay. Well, is there anywhere that I see that I can take cover up here but still have eyeline on my party?
No, not really. I mean, the best cover you have is the rim of the canyon.
So I'll just dip beneath the rim until I can do something else.
Okay. So you just basically step away from the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And lose line of sight with the pitmaster. And then
Aaron, were you using the session from last time? Because all I see is a grid, and I think that's all we see on Twitch too.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I'm using the session, but I'm not using it in. I didn't even know we were using it in the Twitch stream last time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We had the map with all the characters.
The map. Yeah. No, I don't have the map up because I mean, there's really not much.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just
making.
I wasn't sure if you were moving stuff around like we were supposed to know.
No, sorry. I thought you were asking about the D&D Beyond encounter. No. Yeah. And remember, it's just like a twist. Like where you're at right now is sort of a little oxbow in the canyon. Okay, so Desi is... Why does it say that Desi has 0 hit points?
That's not good. I didn't notice that with my
How many hit
insight
points
roll.
does Desi currently actually have?
Well, Desi doesn't have that many, but in my D&D Beyond, where I was keeping track, apparently when I reloaded, it gave me all my hit points back, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Roll me a 2d6. And we'll say that's how many hit points you currently have.
Roll. Go. Execute. Yes.
Oh man, 2d6. It's weird that she got 38.
Yeah.
Why is it not rolling?
Oh,
here, I'll roll it for you. Okay,
Yeah.
10.
It's a little weird.
Yeah, we're gonna give you 10. Okay.
Okay.
So
10's good.
But I mean, for some reason, it it didn't show up on your stat block. So I don't know. Actually, it says that everybody has 0 hit points. So
I've got 30 HP on my screen.
Oh,
Okay.
You can't see how many hit points I have?
No, for everybody.
Oh, then I'm
it
at
just
max.
says you have 0 hit points. So
Mine says 29.
okay, that's weird. Okay,
Wait,
never mind. It doesn't matter. Moving on.
I'm not at max. I'm at 69.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the pitmaster basically whirls around and flees back from whence it came, and you quickly lose sight as the pitmaster turns a corner off down the canyon, and then we get back to Ma'ak, or actually, sorry, Bap.
Yeah, Bap, right? Shit,
Yeah.
does Bap magic missile me or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm up now?
Yeah,
it's
you're
your
up.
turn.
You didn't collapse like at all. Like you're unaffected by what just happened.
Okay, so is the pit boss still kicking?
Kicking, but he ran off around the corner.
So
hell bent for leather.
Does that mean he also took more damage from the whirlwind that Geza had cast? I don't
Was
remember.
he within 5 feet of it?
No, he wasn't in range of that. That was
Yeah, he just ran away. It would be at
Okay.
the end of his next turn, right?
yeah. That was like because that was centered on the group of Yanti that were advancing against Kraukus, I believe, last time. So, but yeah, he quickly turns a corner and he's out of sight. And he was already sort of around he was already sort of at the edge of your reach, your distance reach.
So
Let's
I'm
see
gonna
what you want to do.
So I'm gonna turn. First thing I'm gonna do is turn to Mock and say, and I mean, hopefully I can actually say it with sincerity, but my character is certainly saying it with sincerity, which is like, you need to believe me. I did not know this would happen. I was only trying to save your lives. I thought we were all dead. I can help you. I can help you hunt down that accursed pitmaster. I can help you try to revive your friends. But I need your word that you won't kill me for this.
Ma'ak
Oh.
activates Mind Link so that he can communicate with you. And so long as you understand... actually, no, we Meta Concert was still up. I had paid for it, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Language is not an issue. We can communicate and be fully understood. So Ma'ak turns to you. He says, I made you a promise, and I will not go back on it. You do not need to worry about me retaliating against you. And do not think that I do not see how you just saved all of our lives with your magic. That being said, there is a terrible cost that we are now all responsible for. We have harmed Athos in an irreparable way, and perhaps that is why we are on the Circle of Dead together in the first place, is to heal those wounds if we keep causing them. For now, unless you intend to go after that pitmaster and have your final revenge, I would sooner see to the rest of my clutch and make sure that they are... at this point, probably Ma'ak is already next to Desi and making sure she's breathing and whatever he can do to make her comfortable. He hasn't taken his eyes off. Well, it's kind of hard to tell where Ma'ak's looking anyway with his big compound eyes, but he hasn't really taken his eyes off Bap. But he's not making any threatening gestures at this point. I don't know what Geza's doing. I imagine Ma'ak hasn't forgotten he's there. But for now, he's more concerned that he can save lives if anyone's about to perish.
Yeah, and I'll say since the two of you are basically talking to each other, and in real time, that's how much time literally just passed. Mm-hmm. I'll jump up to the top to Geza.
Sure.
Give me a quick perception check.
Okie dokie. 19.
19. So you can hear Bap kind of pleading with Ma'ak down at the bottom of the canyon. But I'll let you choose basically whatever you want to do. Are you still interested in pursuing the... Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Technically speaking, Bap didn't have to. We could have had that conversation telepathically, but if Bap is worried, maybe he did speak it aloud. I think that's more up to Mark.
That would be
I would have
wiser
spoken
choice.
it aloud. Yeah, before you said that. I mean, I think I would have spoken it aloud. Just if anything, just in the rush of just what happened, I probably wouldn't have even thought to do it telepathically. I might say telepathically back if there was a second to be like, I hope please, like your deal must extend to your clutch mates as well.
I would like to roll insight to see how I feel about what I heard.
Okay, give it to me. As in, like, do you trust what Bap says?
Yeah, do I trust Bap? 26.
26. How sincere is Bap? Like,
he's sincere. I mean, certainly, his feeling is, his concern right now is for his well-being. And he sees that, like, certainly, like, if he wanted, he knows he could kill. He could certainly, like, he's torn. I mean, his main thing is he wants to survive. The second thing is, he does want revenge on that pitmaster, but he is legitimately horrified by what happens and believes his survival depends on helping these people. So he has no problem bringing them back to life as long as he believes Ma'ak is honorable, and which he does, and feels like, okay, well, I'm not going to wake these people up just for them to stab me in the back when this is not something, the effect is not what I intended.
Yeah.
So
okay,
Aaron.
Well, I didn't say it because I didn't want to spoil that role playing. But when Ma'ak did Mind Link, he also did read thoughts, and I just heard all of those surface thoughts he had.
Okay.
I didn't dig deeper, so he doesn't get a save. He doesn't know I didn't actually probe him. If I wanted to, I could go deeper, but he would know I was probing his mind. He doesn't know with surface thoughts. Okay. And I've never actually used that on a human before. Okay. But basically, just for Ma'ak's sake, he believes Bap, and will stand up to Geza if Geza is about to do something to hurt him. All right?
Well, Geza does believe that Bap is being sincere.
Okay, great. Was another 3 side points. I am really low.
Yeah, with that inside check, yeah.
So, 1 second, I just have to read an ability. Where is all this shit? Okay. Okay. So, with that in mind, I'm going to leap to the sky and cross the canyon, and in a high parabola. Mm-hmm. And I want to spot where the pitmaster has gone, and land on the other side of the canyon, still above the pitmaster, so that I can hopefully take a more successful strike against him.
And just to be clear, Rob, how long does that effect last?
Sorry, read thoughts.
No, not read thoughts. The
Ego Whip.
Ego Whip, where he can only take those certain.
Was only till his next turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he could only take the dodge, disengage, or hide action on his next turn. He obviously disengaged. After that, he could do whatever he wanted.
Okay. Cool. Okie doke. Okay, so you can see him fleeing off down a fairly straight section of canyon below you. So you think you can get a pretty clear shot on him.
And is he greater than 30 feet from my Dust Devil?
Oh, at this point, like did you move the Dust Devil? Because he
I didn't.
Okay, then yeah, he's like, because he took the dash action, so he would at least just double check on his speed. Yeah, he's like 60 feet away from where he was before.
Okay. Then I just leave that where it is. Everyone needs to be mindful of walking this direction. Don't stop next to it.
When unconscious.
So then you're not going to attack him?
I'm going to attack him, and I'm going to use another missile stream.
So be mindful of the Dust Devil.
The Dust Devil is still active. It was a choice between using missile stream or moving the Dust Devil towards him as my bonus action.
Okay.
So
give it to me. Give me your action.
Okay. 1 second. So that's a 22. So that is a critical hit now with my missile stream. And so what do I need to do for you?
You just roll double damage and then add your bonus afterwards.
The damage isn't filled in here, so I'm looking at the Fantasy Grounds damage now. 1 second. So that's 1d6 plus 4.
So 2d6 plus 4.
Yeah, it'll be 2d6 plus 4.
So I'll roll 2d6. That's great. Fucking just roll them. Roll them.
So it looks like you click and then you hit the red.
Right.
So only 11, unfortunately, because it was a 6 and a 1 for the damage.
11 points damage. Okay. You do hit him, and you hear him hiss in pain. He glances over his shoulder up, sees you for a moment, and then he mutters something, makes an odd motion with his hand. He takes one step to the side, and you see him completely turn to mist, and then he evaporates and he's gone.
God damn it.
And let me just make sure that he doesn't. And then you see him reappear 30 feet away, directly at a bend in the canyon.
Further away.
Yeah, further down the canyon.
And for my movement, I would have been moving 50 feet or so toward him to wherever the next high ledge was over that direction.
Okay. So you can theoretically kind of keep pace at the same distance, but he is about to round a corner. So back to Bap and Ma'ak.
Mako's first, right?
Yeah, but you guys are talking. First, so if you're still just like kind of, if we're
out of combat unless we need to be.
Okay.
We may need to keep that initiative order. You never know what'll happen when other people wake up. But probably Ma'ak is grabbing Desi's shoulders, trying to gently wake her up. That's what you do, right? You shake their shoulders.
Yeah, and
we'll try not to be too rough with her, but humans are so fragile.
Give me a Constitution save for Desi, as Bap kind of gently nudges you. And it's going to be
with Ma'ak is not nudging you, right?
Ma'ak, sorry, not Bap.
Okay.
And it's going to be with disadvantage, just so you know.
Ooh, I think I figured it out. Am I going to need more disadvantage than that?
No. I mean, we could always say no. Go actually give it to. Well, critical fails on abilities checks don't count. So okay, yeah, no. She doesn't wake up.
Okay.
She's breathing very heavy though, like.
I can tell that much though that she's alive at least.
Yeah, like it's
okay.
She's alive.
Good enough. All right.
And I would ask Mark, which of your clutch requires the most? Would be most in need of my aid.
Well, just looking at Ma'ak is in really bad shape.
I have like 2 arrows sticking out of me.
Yeah, you are seeping bug goo blood.
So can I?
Which is yellow, by the way,
Yeah.
for anyone who's curious.
Nicholas
So yeah,
is-
Ma'ak has 2 arrows, poisoned arrows in his carapace, and of course he took some dehydration damage or whatever your defiling magic did. So yeah, Ma'ak does not look great, but he would look at you curiously and he would just say, through mind link, Desi is first in clutch.
Okay,
As if that should answer your question.
Right, because I would have otherwise went to probably aid you, but if you, so then
Ma'ak would see to Desi first. Yeah, Desi's first in clutch. You heal her first.
So can I, make some kind of medicine check?
Yeah. Do you have medicine?
I mean, no. I just guess it would be wisdom. I just was looking. I was like, oh yeah.
I mean, you could make an untrained medicine check, but I would have you do it at disadvantage.
Yeah. I don't know what else to do. I mean,
Defilers don't have healing spells. What's this?
No mages have healing spells. Just FYI. But yeah. So.
Yeah, just give me that disadvantage roll for medicine.
Yeah, so I don't know how to do. I'll just roll it twice, I guess. So. Wait, sorry, I'm hitting perception.
You should be able to just click on your character sheet on the plus and just click it a couple times, but
looking at, I don't see the plus, but here, I think the quickest thing is just for me to do it twice, and hopefully,
okay.
So this is first roll. Yeah, I don't think I don't think you need another roll from me.
He needs leeches.
Yeah. Nope. You're kind of trying to figure out where was Desi hit. Desi was hit with an arrow, right? You start to yank the arrow out, and like gurgling comes from her mouth, and she starts to spit up some blood. And that's you're like, oh, nope. Better just leave that alone.
Geza hasn't come back yet, right?
No.
Geza is 50 feet away.
Yeah, so Ma'ak would then immediately try to get to wake Cha'ar next.
Well, we'll
and
get
he would
that.
be even rougher this time.
Yeah.
wake up,
yeah,
dwarf.
Put a pin in that. So Geza, you get to go
now. I see him about to round the corner still, or he's rounded?
Yeah, he's still right there rounding that corner.
Let's see.
So yeah, you could theoretically get a pot shot off on him before he hits that corner.
Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm using Missile Stream once more.
Okay.
You can do it.
Maybe I'll hit and do better damage. Let's see.
And you use your channel element for that, correct?
That is my Pact of Air feature.
Pact of Air feature. Does it? And how many times are you allowed to use that?
This is the 4th of 5 times. It is equal to my Wisdom modifier.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Okay, give me that attack roll.
So that's going to be this one. God damn it. So that's an 8, apparently.
Yeah, no, you aim a little too tight on that corner, and it hits and ricochets and actually goes between the pitmaster as like just grazes his stomach as he's rounding that corner.
Okay, so I will move to close the distance between us so that I can see around the bend. So I won't.
Yeah, you can fly 50 feet directly forward and land directly at the top of the canyon where it turns, and you can look down and you can see him rounding the corner, and the canyon itself turns like another 20 or so feet in front of him. It's going to turn back to the left. However, as he does turn,
but I want to say, as soon as I get a bead on him, I'm going to back up so he doesn't have eye line on me.
Okay. So you do that, and you back up. Back to Ma'ak. You jostle quite roughly Char. Char, give me a Constitution save with disadvantage.
Nice.
That's the first one. Now roll it again.
Yeah, that was a 20 for you folks at home.
Just to be clear, like the difficulty on this is pretty high. So okay. Both really great rolls, but not great enough. There's a moment where Char's eyes sort of like kind of open, but they're rolled back in the back of his head. Just the whites show out. He mutters something like in his sleep.
Fucking dice. That's what I mutter.
Yeah. And, but yeah, you're unable to bring him out of his stupor.
Okay, well, Ma'ak will lay him down as gently as he can. He's going to forgo trying to wake Craucus then. Well, yeah, no, he's going to forgo because his giant wrangler isn't here. So, point of order. If Bob happens to have any interesting surface thoughts over the next minute, feel free to share them. Ma'ak hears them. Doesn't let on that he knows, but he's everything that's racing through your mind, he gets to hear.
Yeah, let's hear it. What would Bap be thinking right now? Like
I mean, again, Bap is thinking. Well, I mean, Bap is like torn for like he's part of him is just torn between like, do I just go after this? Do I go after this pitmaster and like, because I really want to see him dead, but like, I'm also quite frankly a little bit scared of using my magic again, in a non only in like self-defense. I'm also a little worried about like what happens when these people wake up. Like I trust that Ma'ak is honorable, but like I've already had somebody kill my familiar, unintentionally.
And keep in mind too that you have an obstacle that basically stops you. That dust devil is between you and it, and there's no way to get past it without going within its effect area.
As long as you run through it, you're good.
Oh.
You just can't stop next to it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I still am like, and then there's even a part of me that's like, maybe I should just get out of here. But I do feel, but it's overpowered by like, well, I think my best chances for survival are staying with this group. Like, I think Ma'ak is honorable, and I'd say genuinely horrified by what happened. Like, not by defiling in general, but just like, how did this get out of control? How did I take the lives of people that were my allies? Like, or not take their life, but take their life force.
Give me a quick insight check on that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Him.
Sorry,
I had a different question, so why don't you roll?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's what I'm trying to do is like both for my own purposes, but also just because like I do actually want to help these people. Like I'm trying to figure out what went wrong. So I just yeah, I mean, I'm not a very insightful person.
Yeah.
Today.
You're still very confused and perplexed. The only thing that you can imagine is that it must have something to do with that obsidian orb that's lying over there in the dirt that Craucus pulled out of his pocket. You, as a defiler, have you've heard stories about incredibly powerful wizard defilers like the Sorcerer Kings, who use the actual life force of sentient beings and living creatures to draw their energy to empower their spells. But you have never, it's unheard of for someone like you to be able to do that. But you do know that obsidian plays an important role in the defiling magic of the Sorcerer Kings.
Can I then pick up and examine that obsidian?
You can certainly walk that way.
To be
Mark,
clear,
you see Bap
did
starting
the-
to walk over towards that obsidian orb, but
Did the obsidian leave the statue?
the statue has cracked open.
Sure, it was cracked, but it didn't leave the statue, right?
No. The statue itself is completely cracked apart,
Oh, okay.
and the obsidian orb, which was in it, is what Kraukus pulled out of his pocket. He pulled the whole thing. He pulled a big handful of like broken statue and obsidian out of it, and the orb just kind of fell loose from the cracked part.
Okay.
How big is this orb again? Describe it. How much does it look like it weighs?
Like an apricot?
No, it's probably.
I thought it was big.
Yeah, it's like about 2 inches in diameter, 2.5 inches maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Like
but it's perfectly round, and it looks pretty.
I'm thinking apple, not cantaloupe, right?
Yeah, apple, like a
Apple?
small apple size.
All right.
Like a plum, like a large plum or peach.
Okay.
Size.
I presume not to get. I mean, if you want, I'm more than happy to roll insight. But for that expose that Aaron, you just gave Bap, I assume some of that comes through. Could this be?
It's certainly
magic
thoughts
and
in his
sorcerer
head.
kings?
Yeah.
Right. So as he does that, Ma'ak, his mind link chimes in again, and Bap hears, if you want to go after the pit boss and take your revenge, now is your time. I will warn Geza you are coming, if you like.
Then yes, if I can do that without,
And I step between him and the orc. Sorry, I should have said that too.
Oh, okay. And I think I'm a little like surprised by that because, and you would hear in my thoughts like, oh, he must think. I'm you being you. I'm like, oh, you must think that I'm trying to take this for power when I want to understand what happens, but I'm not gonna like risk a confrontation over this. And so yeah, if I can get to, do that thing where I'm go through the Dust Devil, I would do that. If I'm going to end the turn in it, then I would, stop just short of it.
Yeah.
You could dash.
If you dash
past it. Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to. Yeah. So I will dash past it.
You dash,
and
past
I will
it,
say
then...
I will be back when the threat is eliminated.
Okay.
Good luck. I will stay in meta concert. Warn me if you need aid.
Okay. So
thank you.
And I will also say, Geza, App is coming. Fight with him. Fight at his side against.
Just really clear.
Language isn't a barrier. He knows what he meant.
Yeah.
Geza responds, assuming Bap can hear. We're 100 feet down around a bend.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm coming as fast as
what is
humanly
Geza
possible.
And what is Geza?
Literally.
Geza knows there's another switchback, so he's just going to launch himself into the air again to get across the canyon once more and try to get a beat on the guy.
Okay. As you do this, you fly up in a high arc over the canyon, looking down, getting a clear view to the bottom of the canyon, and the Yuan-Ti has completely vanished.
If I don't see him, then I'm going to land inside the canyon, where I think he should be.
Yeah, after that switchback, it goes straight for a while. There's no way he could have gotten all the way through that straight.
So I'm looking for where his footsteps ended. I'm looking to see if maybe he's invisible somehow.
Give me a perception, or give me an investigation check.
Fucking 6?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is an area that is starting to get more choked with debris, like large, like wagons, howdahs, like a palanquin that you strap onto the back of beasts of burdens and stuff, and you can't see the ground. There's a moment where you hear like something shift.
I give
myself away from you.
I touch my temple and I give myself guidance.
Okay.
I can't investigate again, I would assume, right?
No, I think with guidance you can use that after you've rolled, correct?
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that with guidance you can add that. It allows you to
after making an ability check. It was a 6, so even if at a 10, it still wouldn't be good enough, probably.
Yeah, probably not. But you can give yourself guidance, so you can use that next time.
Yeah, so I've just got guidance, and I'm trying to listen and look. And just so you know, my passive wisdom is 17, and my passive perception is 15.
Okay. Back to Mock. Is Mock trying to do anything else, or are you just gonna hold tight with?
No. Okay. So if once I see Bap run off, I will. I'm actually honestly considering using psychometric touch on this orb, but that's not a good idea right now. So instead, Ma'ak will use. Does it weigh more than 5 pounds? Can I move it with my base far hand, or is it heavier than that?
No, you could move it. It's not 5 pounds.
Okay, then Ma'ak will telepathically or telekinetically scoop it up, slip it back into Crocus's satchel where he took it out in the first place, and then we'll attempt to use his turn to wake Crocus and see if he can wake Crocus up this time. Probably not, but he'll do his best. And he might even nudge him with the point of his Githka, not doing a point of damage necessarily, but it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing for Crocus. Constitution save disadvantage. Can I give him advantage on the save if I do pain, or doesn't matter?
No. You can't.
All right. Well,
well, 7 was my high, and I have a +5 to con.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. No, he doesn't stir. He's
sleepers.
Bap, you round the corner
and I stand guard.
Yeah, and Bap, basically you're just running, trying to catch up. So you're going to end up having to use this whole
another dash
to try to close the gap, which gets you another 60 feet. So you are able to, at the end of this turn, round a corner. You're not quite in sight of Geza yet. Geza, are you guys still? I assume are you still just kind of standing still and observing?
Yeah. If it's my turn again, then I will just be investigating for signs of movement or where he went.
So go ahead and give me that investigation check again, and you can go ahead and add your guidance if you choose.
So that's a 17 plus 3, so 20. And if a 20 doesn't do it, then I don't know what the fuck.
You do detect, you see something shift about 60, a little more than, would it be like about 90 feet away from you, down the stretch.
Further away?
Further away, further away from where the group is. Obviously, if that thing that just shifted is the Auntie moving through, he's still fleeing down the canyon. But
okay, so I will fly 50 feet in that direction and see if I can get a better bead on him.
Okay. Give me another investigation check real quick.
So that's a 9. Okay. I will add my +4 just for shits and giggles. That's a 12.
Okay. Quick question. I'm just out of curiosity. When I roll dice, do you guys see the results? If I this dice that I just rolled, do you see that happen?
Doesn't show up on the chat log.
Okay. You fly forward another 50 feet. You see another piece of debris shift. But there's no like whatever's causing it to shift. You can't see.
And it's like 40 feet from me.
Yeah, at this point, you're just about 40 feet away.
Would this be like a blind shot? If I just took a shot at where I think a body might be?
Yeah, you could theoretically do that, but you did use your action to investigate, so you'll have to catch up.
Okay.
Next time. So
as a bonus action, I will touch my temple again and give myself guidance once.
Okay. All right. And Pitmaster is doing what the Pitmaster does. And technically, I was getting things mixed up. I should have been going to Bap first. So Bap, you're able to catch up with Geza this round. And when you round the corner, he's standing like you can. I mean, you don't catch directly up to him, but you turn a corner and you can see him about 50 feet ahead, down a straight, and the canyon itself is cluttered with debris now. And you can see him kind of perched atop some of the debris, like holding a wing to his temple.
Professor Xing it.
Yeah, trying like obviously like intently looking out, down further the canyon, but you don't see any sign of the Pitmaster.
I think for storytelling purposes, I'm also maybe like blocking the sun from my eyes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With my big feathers.
Yeah.
With your big feathers.
So you're both angeling it and Professor Xing it.
Yeah,
that's
right. So yeah, Bap, but you had to take your full dash to catch up. So we're back to Mock. Is there anything else that you want to do?
Well, I would just remind the two of them that they can communicate with each other telepathically as well as share memories. So, like, just as for instance, Geza could share with Bap the vision he just saw of the
the moment you say that, I show him the debris that fell. I'll show him the debris that fell.
Okay.
And then Ma'ak will probably try one more time to wake Desi up. Okay. And he might even do some telepathic nudging to her too.
Since she already failed the con before, you can nudge all you want, but nothing.
Yeah, no. I get it. It's just that's probably what Ma'ak would do.
Yeah.
So
it makes sense. Yeah. So, but we're back to Geza.
So I'm going to close the gap.
Okay.
And do I have to, as an action, investigate for this invisible fucker?
You basically need to give me, like, basically, you're doing a blind shot. So you are targeting the area you anticipate him to be if he is, in fact, invisible and the cause of this shuffling. So you're basically just taking an educated guess at where you think he might end up being. So you're going to have disadvantage on the shot. I'm pretty sure that.
Can you call your Dust Devil? Can he come over there, or is it too?
It only moves
far?
30 feet. It would take forever. So I'm closing the gap, but I'm going to the rim of the canyon again.
Okay.
So to where I should be, I think, alongside where he is, but up on the edge. And then I will take a shot and see what happens.
Okay.
So I'll roll this twice. That's a 20, soft 20, and a 16 soft.
16 soft. Give me a quick. Give me
Actually, on my 16, if I feel like at the last second like this might miss, I'm going to use my guidance to add to that.
Okay. You roll your guidance die.
So that is a 20. Both are 20s.
Okay. What's that? What's going on here? 20. I need to just check if I can't See, now I can't figure out where to like find the books that I have purchased on this site.
It's different. I honestly like D&D Beyond better than Fantasy Grounds, but I'm having trouble transitioning.
Oh wait, I see. But it should be Dungeon Master's Guide, because I know that there are some sort of hidden rules about invisibility that get overlooked and are not in the spell description. What would be nice, now that I found the Dungeon Master's Guide, is if I could just do a search, which it doesn't look like it has a search box that you can type into.
And unfortunately, I don't have a DM guide physically here, so I can't help you.
Yeah, usually I do, and I don't either.
All right, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna make a DM judgment, and you let your arrow loose, and it takes purchase in something, and you hear a hiss of pain out ahead of you. Roll me some damage.
Yeah.
I agree with this choice.
Yeah, it was a smart choice for a big guy.
It's a 1d6 plus 4. So that is a 5 total, because that was the worst roll I could make.
Okay. You see, I assume that the arrow becomes invisible as well once you hit him.
I would assume if his clothes become invisible, then the arrow should.
Yeah. So yeah, the arrow hits something, it goes thunk, and then like you just briefly see it for a moment. There's a splatter, a mist of blood that just erupts out of the ether, and then the arrow vanishes from sight.
And then I duck back.
Okay, you duck back and you hear the sound of debris clattering and falling, and then Bap, you see Geza do this. And you see the arrow. You see everything that I just described. So what are you going to do now?
So wait, sorry. Can I?
Okay. So you have a certain understanding of the abilities of the Pitmaster, and one of those abilities is that the Pitmaster could turn himself invisible. So using his arcane abilities. So you now understand that the Pitmaster has turned himself invisible and obviously has no intention of trying to fight you guys and is trying to get away.
And I will reinforce that mentally with saying, Bap, I hit him. He's right there where the debris just fell. Invisible, coward.
So let me think. I just want to check my spells if there's anything that doesn't require sight. But I think it all probably does.
So actually,
if there's an area effect spell,
I'm sorry. Hold that thought, because I did skip past the Pitmaster. So figure out what you want to do while the Pitmaster is doing his thing. So there's a moment, and you kind of duck behind some of the debris, Geza. There's not a clear place in the canyon right now that you.
Oh no! I'm up on the rim again.
Oh, you're up on the rim. Okay.
Yep. So I just duck back on the rim so that I can come out again.
Okay. Okay. So okay, so he's still gonna do this. So he turns, you duck back, and suddenly the Pitmaster becomes visible to you, Bap. So you don't see this, Geza, because you step back from the rim.
Yeah.
But suddenly you can see the Pitmaster become visible, and you can see him holding a hand out in your direction, and you see his eyes piercing towards you.
Towards Bap?
He hisses something at you, Bap, and you need to give me a Constitution savings throw.
Okay. I do have mage armor. I don't know if that affects this on or not, but
no.
Okay. So just con?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, do I see... I'm looking, are saving throws different from ability? Like, is there a different button to roll saving?
I think so, yeah.
Working on this.
It should just be the
directly under the.
Okay,
ability.
I see it.
Yeah.
Saving throws. Wait, that's modified. Just okay, I see. Okay, so con. All right. Well, finally, I get a good roll.
Okay.
Or at least
21 modified.
21.
That's very good. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a moment where you like feel like a cloudiness, kind of overcoming you, and you feel this drowsiness start to seep in, but you stay awake. You've seen the pitmaster do this before. Just make a wave and hiss something at the other enslaved individuals back at the cavern, and they would just fall asleep. So here's what I'm going to do. Craucus, before we get back to Bap, sorry. Craucus, give me another con save. This time just regular.
13.
Okay. You start to wake up. You're incredibly drowsy, and you have 1 level of exhaustion. You can't act this turn other than to talk. Or try to be, or to stand up from your prone position.
Okay, yeah. No, I immediately stand up because the last thing that had happened was I'd flown into a rage and I was about to try to bring the canyon crumbling in on these Yuan-Ti. So I stand up because
yeah. You're feeling the this overwhelming headache just pounding inside your brain, and you're incredibly weak and fatigued as you gather yourself and pull yourself to your feet. You're having really hard time kind of getting your vision to clear as you look around you. Just instinctively, you reach down to that pouch and you can feel the broken statue and the orb there, where last you remember pulling it out of your pouch and looking at it broken. That's about all that you can achieve at this point. Ma'ak, you see Craucus come to his feet.
Okay, so probably 3 images of Ma'ak swim in your vision and coalesce into one. And because Metaconcert is up with Bap and Geza, I don't want them to lose it. I want them to be able to communicate through me. So Ma'ak actually has to speak common, which he hates to do. But he'll be like, Craucus, Welk, go fight! And he'll point down the canyon. Geza, need you!
hold on.
Okay, that's all Craucus can say.
Okay.
Sha'ar, give me a Constitution save. $14. Okay, you start to come to as well. You likewise have a pounding, splitting migraine. Your vision is blurry. You have a level of exhaustion. So, and just to be clear, I'm not sure if there's anywhere to note that on the character sheet, but just so you know, having a level of exhaustion means that you have disadvantage on ability checks right now. I think that's right. Hold on.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah. Let me just pull this out. Make sure that I am correct on that. Man, it would be awesome if the conditions page was like on the very last page. Yeah, you have disadvantage on ability checks. Okay, so having said that, really the only actions that you can take this round are just like Craucus. You can pull yourself to your feet, and you can maybe rattle off a few kind of hazy words to those around you, and you can see the blurry forms of Craucus and Ma'ak nearby. Anything that Char wants to say? Okay.
Nope.
It's just gonna sit in it.
Yeah.
Ma'ak will use 2 of his 4 arms to help Char to his feet too.
Yeah. Okay. And then that's going to bring us back around to Bap.
So
Sorry, Desi. Desi needs to give me a
Con save.
con save as well.
And you're muted, Emelie.
11.
Desi is still unconscious. So now we're back to Bap.
So I, how far am I from this from the pitmaster?
It's basically you're about 60 feet away.
Okay. Let me check my range here on this spell, but I definitely want to get in range where he can hear me, even if I have to shout.
I mean, you could shout from here, and
so I'm gonna shout and just be like, "I told you when you bought me, I wouldn't be worth the price." And I am going to, let's see. Yeah, and so let me just double check the range on this. I think I should be fine. Oh wait, so does it say range? Could I get, no, I don't think I can. Okay, yeah, I could get.
I mean, you can move.
So
You can move up to 30 feet.
Right, but here's the thing. So if I'm moving 30 feet, but then I can't use something so Burning Hands is a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, you would.
But
still
wait. I do have other spells.
You could light the debris in the canyon on fire. FYI,
That would look
there's
cool.
lots of wood.
Well, I
It'd be
also
like a
have
cool thing.
So I also have Fire Bolt. So
Okay.
it does less damage, but I have a 120-foot range on that.
That doesn't matter.
I think I'm going to just try to directly hit him, and then maybe if I miss something, we'll get hint something will get lit on fire. But no. Okay, so I'm going to roll.
Go ahead and give it to me.
Oh, that's just.
man.
Was that's the so wait? I rolled damage actually. I didn't
whoops.
roll the to hit. So,
Yeah,
sorry. Let me
roll the
read.
hit. Sorry.
I don't think that was much better.
No.
No, that was a natural 20. That was a natural 20. He got a natural 20.
Yeah, you do not hit the pit master. The bolt flies low. It does strike the debris and ignite the debris, which starts to burn
Around him?
and spread
Threateningly?
in front of him. So, yeah, it depends on how fast the fire spreads. Now, Craucus, your turn. You've gathered your senses enough. You can now act.
Well, I look around. I see dead Yonti. I see Desi is down. And I heard Mock chirp something at me about a fight. So I go trundling down the ravine.
Okay, so you can charge off past the Dust Devil, around the bend, and off towards where the others should be.
What's
Mock.
Crocus's move? Are you a 40 as well?
I'm 35, I
Oh,
think. Well,
okay.
Yeah.
let me check.
think-
Yeah, I'm
yeah, I think it's
35.
Yeah.
Cool. That's still faster than human.
Yeah, because I'm a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Big boy.
I'm just
What's
little
Mock?
bit
What's Mock doing?
Well, I mean, he's looking after Cha'ar. I don't know if Ma'ak is encouraging Cha'ar to run off and fight, though. I don't think he would. So,
Don't think you would either.
it was more like I didn't want to leave Geza alone with that. No offense.
Okay.
So, for the most part, he's trying to get Desi to wake up because the other ones are waking up, and he doesn't understand why she won't wake up. But sleep is ever a mystery to the Korean, so he'll just do his best. He's not leaving her side. He doesn't really care. I don't have a lot of side points to spend, and I'm saving them in case I need them. So I'm not really doing anything. I'm just like doing Thrycreen stuff here.
Okay. Okay, it's Char's turn, and you can actually act now. And you got enough of your senses back where you can speak clearly, and you can see the others nearby. And you saw Crocus storm off around the corner.
Well, I'm still feeling not 100%. So can I use any of my healing spells to maybe help Desi wake up?
What do you got? Maybe
Does Mark have access to a group healing?
I don't think so. Not at this level.
Where would I find on
He's like Prayer of Healing, I think, is a group one, but it's the casting time's too long for right now, I think.
Yeah. So you should be able to look on where your spells are on your page.
Under spells, and then what you have memorized would be listed under spells. You might be able to chant something. I'll look
right now. I don't see spells anywhere on my sheet.
So the bottom, there's a 9 grid next to the double arrows on the bottom right. If you hit the 9 grid, there's a spells tab.
Oh, cool.
Oh, and FYI, it's 6:30 your time.
Oh yeah, we should. Let's let Char do his thing, and then
I've got a cure wounds spell.
See, cure wounds would certainly heal Desi, but probably wouldn't wake her.
Well, then let me heal her.
Is there a restoration? Would that be the kind of thing you're looking for, Aaron?
But
I have mending. I have a mending spell.
I mean, if
you could mend her torn clothes.
Oh, it's mending.
Yeah, it's like inanimate objects.
Yeah,
not
like you could put, like you could theoretically put the statue back together with mending.
Yeah, Mark, in your list of second level spells, do you have Prayer of Healing prepared?
No.
Okay.
Got her. Yeah, I've only got. I've got cure wounds in there.
Yeah.
And aid. I don't know what that does.
All right. Well, if you're going to do cure wounds on Desi, go ahead and give me that roll.
The second level one or the first level?
So you can choose to cast it as first level, or use the second level slot and cast it at second level, and it would empower it. So instead of doing 1d8, I would do 2d8 plus 2.
Okay, so and do I just click on cast for the cure wounds?
Yeah, you should just be able to do that, and it should.
And if you look, cure wounds should be under both first and second level, so you can choose where to cast it.
Yeah. So if you want to cast that second one, make sure that you do it from the second level. And then it should automatically then note that in terms
subtract from your available slots.
Sure. So how do I roll?
Should be able to just.
There's a red box that says like 1d8 or 2d8.
Okay. On the cure wounds, on mine, the red box that says cast, it also says first in blue over it.
That just means that it's a first level spell you're casting at second level.
Oh, okay, so I just double click on the cast then?
Single click. Single click should be fine.
It just took up one of the slots. It didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So it didn't roll it. So what you want to do then is you want to actually roll the dice. So
on the 2d8 plus 2 thing.
Yeah. Just grab a couple d8s and then we'll add 2 to it. 13. So you get 15 hit points back.
Nice.
Emelie. So. And I think with that, we will take a break, and we'll be back in a quick 10 minutes.
All right, quick 10, you got it.
So yeah, we're back. So we just left off with Char. Char did some healing magic on Desi. Desi is beginning to stir, but it is now Gez's turn. You have stood away from the edge, but when you peer back down, you can see that the pitmaster is clearly visible with that arrow sticking out of him.
Well, why would I not declare missile stream and immediately attack him once more?
Okay, give it to me.
That'll be this thing. Oh, that's a 23, and it's a critical hit.
That does.
Yeah.
So that is 1d6 plus 4, but it's going to be 2d6 plus 4, because that's what we're doing. Which is... That's a 6, because I rolled 2 1s. I rolled 2 1s for a total of 6. Critical. Bitch.
All right. So, Desi, you actually come to now. I'm not going to even make you roll for that charisma or that Constitution save, but you do have a level of exhaustion. So, you do have disadvantage on ability checks. And just like the others, you're incredibly groggy. Your vision is blurry. Your head is pounding when you come to. And the only action you can take this round is to bring yourself to your feet and say a few muttered, incoherent, or vaguely coherent words to those around you.
They're all very foul words.
I just would like to say that Geza's rolls today have been for the birds.
Thank God you got a pun in. That would have been just a travesty.
And it is now the pitmaster's.
Geza is once more going to duck back and not be visible to the pitmaster.
Okay. Well, the pitmaster can still see Bap, though.
Geza doesn't care.
And the pitmaster is going to cast a spell against Bap. He begins to make some very ominous hand gestures in your direction, hisses something, and then a bolt of eldritch light flies forth from his snaky tendril arms in your direction. And gotta make a ranged spell attack. Boom. I assume Bap has less than an 18 AC.
So here's the thing. Okay, wait. No, probably, but I need to get back.
With
The mage armor, doesn't protect you from spell effects.
Okay, well then it would. I don't think it would have helped. I mean, my AC is 11, so I'm not sure it would have helped anyway. So yeah, okay. I'm.
Oh, can't believe I rolled 2 1s. I'm just sorry, everybody.
Okay. And Bap, you are going to end up taking. Where is my D10? 3 points of damage.
Okay, so
Eldritch Bolt collides with you.
One thing is, I know I took damage before we were doing Roll 20, and not Roll 20, D&D Beyond. So, do you know what my previous hit points were? I want to say it was 11.
It was 11.
Okay,
sounds good.
So
feels right.
All right. So, ouch.
8 HP.
Okay. Yeah, I'm.
Okay. And that's it for the pitmaster this turn, and we're back around to Bap. You get to reply.
First, before I do that, are there any places I can seek cover?
Well, there's this whole part of the canyon is a straight shot, and it's basically starting to get cluttered with larger pieces of debris. So you could certainly rush forward and duck behind a broken wagon that's overturned.
So first I'm going to firebolt him, and
Okay.
then I will probably do that depending on what happens. So this time I'll actually roll the hit.
Okay.
First.
Debris abounds.
Ooh.
And you
That's
smack him directly, dead
So
on
let me
the shot.
roll some damage here.
You see the fire erupt on his chest. He hisses in pain, but seems, for the most part, unfazed outside of a black mark on his chest. And it is now Craucus's turn.
Just so you know, and then after that attack, I run into the, and duck behind that cover.
For cover, yeah. And meanwhile, that fire from your last attack is slowly spreading. It's about 5 foot in radius larger than it was last turn. Igniting cloth and wood, and there's even like dry rotted sacks of like grain and stuff like that that's starting to go up. Craucus, you basically are going to have to spend your entire turn dashing to catch up.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And you might be able to after moving 70 feet, you're still not quite caught up to the rest. Mark, you now see that the rest of your clutch has all come to. Regnus still lies in a swoon, but doesn't seem to be any danger at this point.
Okay, well, Mark will help Desi to her feet and make sure she's all right and coming to. He still is going to leave Metaconcert up between Geza and Bap, because I assume I'm still getting little pings of like, oh, he's just kind of like snapshots of that a battle is going on.
Yeah, you're aware of how this is going.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So Ma'ak will just say in Thrycreen, because he hates common, and inform her, basically bring her up to speed, what's going on, so you can make a decision from here on. But he'll ask, do you want us to go assist them, or should we be leaving now?
Geza, even if he didn't say it directly, there's an air of confidence in the way Geza's speaking that this is going to wrap up.
Okay. That's fine. And one of the things, we didn't actually roleplay it out, but I was sort of getting this sense since I have almost probably still am reading Bap's mind, because it lasts 1 minute and I don't think it's gone 10 rounds yet. But I get this sense that today wasn't the first time he defiled to cast magic, right? Or do you want me to make an insight check on that, Aaron?
Yeah, just from his surface thoughts, you know that he is a defiler.
Yeah, I mean,
you do get a sense from his surface thoughts. You do get a sense from his surface thought that defiling is sort of a means to an end, there's guilt that goes along with the use of defiling magic.
Okay, well that's good. At least he's not like a cackling madman, like ha ha ha, destroy the planet.
You get more of a sense of like it's the easy way. It's just too easy.
Yeah, no. I get that. My point was, I just wanted to determine from context clues whether I thought today was like an act of desperation to save us all, and otherwise he never would have considered it, or it's like, oh no, defiling is the way he does things, or whatever. And if that's the case,
but he just normally doesn't have access to this scale.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, also keep in mind too, like you're connected through Metaconcert, and so you know that the last 2 spells that Bap cast were not cast using defiling magic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good though. Then maybe it's like not all the time, but I don't know.
I mean, defiling is a choice.
Is that
just trying to understand? Defiling is a choice that any wizard can make and make very easily.
For clarity, so you can cast spells as a mage without defiling, even if you're a defiler?
Yeah. So basically, like, just so people know, like, mechanically, and for people listening, because it works different in my game than it does in the original Dark Sun campaign world, like how defiling magic functions. Basically, what I have ruled is that the only difference between a defiler and a preserver is that a preserver, it's basically the light and dark side of the force. All it takes is just to let go and do it, to give in. Because a defiler, or any wizard for that matter, all they have to do is just say, fuck it, I'm going to cast this spell, and I'm going to draw upon the land in order to cast it. And so therefore, a defiler can basically cast any spell at a higher level for free. It does not take up a higher level spell slot.
Oh wait, then if I know that now, then I can take away one of my.
So I thought you were choosing to do that on purpose because like you didn't want to repeat what you had just done. But if you're like kind of testing the, like, we can just say that you're kind of like holding back somewhat right now, maybe because
no, I did use a higher level, but I checked off the box, right? Like I didn't. So
but you didn't tell me. So
first level.
Do make sure. Yeah. Okay, so
okay. Only on that spell. So it worked out. I did the right thing. I just have to check off, give myself another use of a second level spell, basically.
Yeah. You don't have to use the second level slots. So, but just to be clear, with the last two spells that you cast, were you casting those as a defiler also?
No.
Okay.
So just that one instance of burning hand.
Just the one instance. Okay.
So yeah.
But if he does it again, he can choose to.
He can absolutely choose to. And the radius of death that he will cause to the plant life depends upon how much plant life is available. So back where you were, there was a lot of gorge fruit. So it was contained to that area. What really caused it to empower it so vastly is beyond anyone's understanding right now. So in this particular section of the gorge, there is not nearly as much or prolific gorge fruit growth. So the area of death, and Bap, you would know this, the area of death would expand a lot.
And normally he wouldn't have access to my hit points as a power.
No, like that. Well, I mean, you don't know. You have no idea. You're the defiler that you were enslaved to, only ever took life from the plant life, and so that defiler had gardens that he tended that existed for the sole purpose of empowering his defiling magic. So this is something you've never experienced before. Okay. So having said that, is there any other action that Marc wants to undertake right now?
No.
Okay.
He basically just got Desi up to speed and is going to follow her lead. If she wants to run off into battle, he'll follow her. If she wants to get away from these Yuan-ti, he's with her.
Okay. So it is Char's turn. What is Char doing?
Does he need any more healing? Can I do another one of those, or do I have all those up?
You are hurting. Marc still looks like he's hurting. And I mean, Desi is still wounded pretty badly.
Who's the most injured right now?
Also, I can't figure it out on my screen. Is Prayer of Healing ritual castable?
Does it have a ritual?
No, it takes 10 minutes to cast as a casting time, I think.
Yeah, and
as a ritual cast?
It has to say that you can cast as a ritual.
Either way, it takes 10 minutes. As a regular cast, it's a 10 minutes cast.
I'm not looking at the spell right now, but I'll take your word for it.
I don't know. I tried looking at it to see if it had a ritual guidance, and I couldn't tell. It didn't seem like it.
You should be able to, because I purchased the book, so you should be able to access the player's handbook on D&D Beyond to.
It is not marked as a ritual spell.
It's not marked as ritual. Okay, so I didn't miss it. It's just not there. Okay.
No, its standard casting time is already 10 minutes, so I guess it was sort of like, this is a ritual spell already, without, or whatever. No, I guess not, because if you cast it as a ritual, you don't burn the spell slot, right?
Right, because if it was ritual castable, he could just start doing it.
Yeah. No, I think...
Yeah,
it takes exactly.
Yeah. But having said that, what is Char going to...
I'm going to try and... can I use Cure Wounds on Marc?
Yes. Are you going to do it at first or second level?
What's the difference?
You get
How many spell slots do you have?
I have 1 slot left second level, and I have 4 slots left first
So
level.
basically, if you cast it at first level, it'll be 1d8 plus 1. If you cast it at second level, it'll be 1d8 plus, or 2d8 plus 2.
So
It just
potentially
doubles
twice
it,
as healing.
basically. Yeah.
Okay, it says in the cure wounds in the first level 1d8 plus 2. Then I'll do
Sure.
that one.
Oh, yeah, and so it'll be, at first level, so 1d8 plus 2, yeah.
All
And
right.
yeah, that's just like a hedging your bets thing. Like, do you want to spend all your second level spells? Do you want to spread it out? Like,
How long does
bad
it take
is
for those those slots to like recharge?
Long
next long
rest.
a long rest?
Long rest.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
8 hours of sleep for you.
All right. Well, then I'll do first level one.
Okay, so just give me that. Go ahead and click that cast button, and you get 6 plus 2.
No,
so you
six.
get 8.
6. No, 6 total.
6 total? Okay.
Yeah.
All
Six
right, thank
points
you.
back, and Geza, it is now your turn.
Was that helpful at all?
Yes,
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maak had 2 left. A stiff breeze might have killed him.
Yeah.
So Geza's popping up, and does he see this visible fuck?
Yes.
Okay, so now he's going to cast a spell that is not on D&D Beyond somehow. He's casting Toll of the Dead, which is if I can see him and he's taken damage, then it's 1d12 necrotic damage if he fails a save, I think. Let's see. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. And what's your spellcasting ability?
That's a really good question. Let's see if I can see that on my spells
I
page.
mean, I have a feeling he's going to fail because I'm pretty sure your spellcasting ability is higher than 10.
Yeah, it's like 15 minimum. So
Well, look for that. But I know that he failed this time, but as we come back around, just go ahead.
Wisdom
and look at that.
15, it says hit DC. Yeah, so 15,
Okay, good.
and so that means I roll a 1d12 necrotic,
Give it to
and
me.
let's see how much of a 1 this is. Hey, it's a 1, so he got 1 necrotic damage.
Oh my God!
fucking
You are
Christ.
rolling the worst damage. Shit.
But on the bright
Desi,
side, this was a cantrip.
Yeah, Desi, you have come to enough that you can think clearly and you can now act.
What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
It's only a few moments after you fainted, actually. So it's still midday.
And how are we doing for water?
Oh, you all have only had a pint of water today, and you need at least a gallon. So you need a lot more water.
And all of the vegetation that we had in this cavern has been
It's turned to
desiccated.
ash. Complete ash.
Is there any hope of traveling further on in the way that we're going in order to find some surviving vegetation so we can get some more water?
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, the way ahead is clear. There's no debris continuing on the way that you were headed to begin with.
I think while they are, I would say this to Maak, I think that while they are chasing down, while they are seeking vengeance, perhaps it would behoove us to have water for them when they come back. Would it make sense to you for us to travel on a little ways, if you are in meta concert with them, to procure more water?
I will search for. He says in Thrycreen, I will search for water if you would like.
Oui.
Right. He is reminded of the name of his life mate, Kalak Chosed, finder of lost water, as he rubs her name in Thrycreen along his Githka and goes and seeks for more gorge fruit further down the canyon. Survival, Aaron, I assume I can make?
Yes.
All right.
My heart's done broke. Do I have to roll for heartbreak?
Right? I was like, somebody did more homework than I did.
All right. That is an 11. Survive? Probably not. Probably I just find more ash. Right.
Yeah, you find more ash, and actually you start to realize that the area of effect of BAP's defiling is pretty fucking vast.
BAP fucked us. Sorry, Mark Sable.
I'm not taking it personally.
How much water is in a BAP?
Right?
Hey,
human body
Probably
has 10
enough to get
gallons of
through a
blood.
night.
Does anybody have a juicing spell?
Or is it?
Man, see, we need some
No.
we need some English players in the group right now, because we could be making all kinds of puns about breakfast baps.
Is that a little sausage?
It's a little breakfast sandwich that has like a sausage cut up between a couple pieces of like bun, and then it's just slathered in brown sauce, and it's just the best.
Well, we'll see
Best
what
thing.
Geza comes back with. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
So
Party split. Who's where? It's just me and Ma'ak, and everyone else is going after this.
No,
I'm there.
Ours with us.
Char's there. Regnus is still passed out on the.
Ma'ak is dragging him.
Yeah.
and Craucus is en route to BAP.
Yeah, Craucus should be to you pretty much this.
Can
this
Mock
coming
throw Regnus at the pitmaster?
It's too far.
Too far. So okay, so it's now the pitmaster's turn. I don't recall Gezet saying that he was stepping back from the
I was
ledge.
just going to say, like, if you need me to say that shit every fucking turn,
You
I
need
will.
to say it every time because I am now assuming that
compulsively hiding at the end of every movement.
We will assume from now on.
Oh, big fuck you to Aaron Campbell. Anyway, give it to me.
And so I am going to need both of you to give me a wisdom save.
Well, I roll like shit, but my wisdom's good. So let's see how that.
When you say both of us, who is
that would be
Bap
and Geza.
and Geza.
Well, Geza rolled a fucking 20 soft style.
Okay. And Bap?
Wisdom, right?
Yes, wisdom save.
So 17.
Ooh,
plus
Bap
4,
is
21.
more wise than
Oh
Geza in this
man.
moment.
Okay. Well,
It's funny because I was going to use that as my dump stat, but I think Aaron told me not to.
Well, this is a fun moment because the Yanti Pitmaster looks towards both of you, begins to cast a spell. You see his snake arms twining about each other, forming odd sigils in the air, and he hisses something, and then he looks to the two of you and he says, "Leave this place and never come back."
No. No, I don't think I shall. Maybe I'll eat you tonight.
And then he turns and he runs, using up the rest of his movement, going around the bend. So you lose sight of him, Bap. And it's sort of a quick jog and a switchback. So he's actually able to round that corner, and you lose sight of him as well, Geza, as he turns that corner. And that's going to then take us back around to the beginning. And Bap, what are you doing? The fire has now spread another 5 feet. It is completely engulfed the canyon side to side ahead of you.
Okay, so I'd have to run through the fire?
Yeah.
If I wanted to chase him? Damn, I'm good. I will, but I mean, so I will say I'm in this meta concert with Mock and Geza?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So can I
Basically
communicate
just about
directly with
everybody,
Geza, or do I have to? Okay. So I will say, Geza, I can't make it through the flames. Do you have any idea?
Leave it to me, Bap. Hang back.
All right.
Are you going to stand your ground, return, wait, hold
So-
for action?
I'm going to
fact,
hold... Oh, sorry.
Return
Go-
to the party for your own safety.
If I die, I die. I won't, though.
Well, I hope you don't. I wish you. Please make it extra painful. Make his death extra painful for me.
I'm going to use my talons next, so I think it shall.
Okay, so with that, I'm gonna, walk back to the party. I'm not running and keeping my eye behind me in case.
Okay, and you actually encounter Craucus rounding the corner. And Craucus, you encounter Bap rounding the corner.
Smush him. Smush him.
Does Craucus understand what happened?
Well,
I don't think that Craucus would have any notion of what the fuck Bap did.
It's not. It's whether or not I would connect those two dots, because I was in the middle of a rage, and he came up, cast a spell, and then I remember fire being everywhere.
Yeah, I don't even think it's worth rolling, because it just doesn't make any sense that Craucus would understand what happened.
No.
You would have to roll a nat 20, I feel like.
It's not. Yeah, I think this is a question of like role play more than
Yeah,
him against me. It's.
But you tell me.
I tell you what. What do you want me to tell you?
What
what Craucus thinks about what happened to him and Bap.
I feel like if Craucus knew, he would kill him, but I don't think he knows.
Oh, yeah, he would go to smash him hard. But he isn't thinking about that. He's thinking about those nasty snake fucks. And then as soon as he woke up, Mock told him that they ran away. He sees several people missing. He's gonna go straight after him. That's it. That's what he's thinking about. He's not.
So
Craucus is a person of the now. All right.
Yeah.
And right now he's got a headache, and he's about to fly into another rage.
Okay. So as you start to round that corner, you see Bap emerge, running in your direction.
Okay, move.
It's not even worth Bap's time. Like fucking 11-foot tall, half giant. Tells you to move, and you move.
Yeah, no,
and you move round the corner, and as you do, you can see a straight. Basically, it's about 90 feet end to end. And ahead of you, you can see it gets choked with debris, and then there is a fire at the other end that is side to side, engulfing the whole canyon.
Okay.
No sight of the pitmaster.
Okay.
Probably just clear it. You could clear it.
I could, and I have this ability that didn't get transferred where I can shrug off damage. So I need to open up Fantasy Grounds to see exactly how much I can shrug off, but I can shrug off like a D amount of damage.
Oh, okay. That's a barbarian thing, isn't it?
No, it's a half giant thing.
Oh, shit. I forgot to do that.
Yeah.
That's why I got my Fantasy Grounds open, dog. I've been using Fantasy Grounds shit all day.
Dog.
This little stream,
Mock,
that shit ain't on
while you guys figure that, Mock, you're on deck. Char, you're next in batting order. Sorry, I've been watching baseball, so...
Well, that's weird, and you should apologize.
I'm a Cardinals fan. Anyway, so so have you gotten it? Did you figured out what it is?
I'm loading up Fantasy Grounds now.
Oh shit!
What's Mock doing?
Yeah, then let's come back to you real quick. And Mock, what is Mock? I assume you're still searching for plant life.
I think Mock is actually going to do something different. I think he. All right, so Mock, like, suddenly stops. His eyes turn black. He looks around with complete despair, and then he begins to float up off the ground.
Oh.
And he will continue to rise 20 feet around Aaron, I think, levitation. And I will go up and up and up until I can see where the edge of the devastation is.
Okay.
So you tell me how many rounds it takes me to rise. I can go for 10 minutes, so,
And say that again, you rise how many feet per round?
As many as it takes to see?
Hold on, let's look at... Levitation is... Oh, I'm sorry. No, in I can rise vertically up to 20 feet per round. So yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so it'll take you 3 rounds to get above the rim of the canyon.
Okay. Well, I would probably leap to the top of the canyon and then use it then, or whatever.
So leap 20 feet, 20-foot jump, right?
Oh yeah,
so that'd be 40 feet up.
So you can get 40 feet this round. So next round you'll be able to be up above. Okay.
I could actually even see that maybe even Ma'ak just jumps straight up in the air 20 feet and then just continues to rise as he activates levitation.
Yeah.
That would be
okay.
Cool.
So and I found it, Crocus. I don't know.
It's colossal endurance. Yeah.
Yeah, colossal endurance. Yeah.
So as I'm running towards the fire, I'm about to enter my rage, but before I do, I just focus all of my attention on absolutely shredding that fucking snake and grabbing it tail to tip and splitting in two, just like a popper.
Well, you don't quite have to worry about that fire just yet. You start to plow through the debris, and you can get 70 feet. So when you basically finish your turn, you're right at the edge of the fire.
Yeah.
So, Ma'ak, you raise up 20 feet, and Cha'ar, what are you doing?
I would like to create water.
Okay. So you can.
And I don't mean pee.
Yeah.
I saved that for Crocus.
Okay. Dark Sun rules, you can create a half gallon of water per level. So you create 1.5 gallons of water. Now, what container are you going to house that water in?
We do have the skins per person. I don't know who's around.
Okay. Then I'm not going to futz with that. So you grab some skins.
Since Desi's here, I'll fill up her skin with water and my skin with water, and then whatever extra there's going to be left over to bring to the other two people.
Each skin is basically half a gallon. So you fill up 3 skins. And then Geza.
So Geza is airborne looking for the fucker.
Okay. So you fly up in an arc, and you can see, you look down over that next bin, and you can see the pitmaster running.
As he's descending, he pushes his feathers back on his forehead and gives himself guidance.
Okay.
As he dives down, and then once more casts Toll of the Dead. Which is a 1d12 since he's already taken damage. And
ready to make that whiz save. Okay, give me that damage.
So that's a. Oh wait, I rolled the wrong dice, didn't I? My bad.
Yeah.
Did I roll a d12? Was that a d12?
I don't know what that was. It disappeared. Wait, I can look. There's a record.
Can we see?
That was a d12.
Okay, so that was actually good damage.
Yeah, you were like, that number was so good, it couldn't possibly have been
that can't possibly be dice. So I'm adding the d12 to the damage, right? I can do that with my guidance, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you hit him, and he hisses. And,
so I did 12 damage of necrotic form.
Yeah, and you can see several snake tendrils for one of the arms shrivel and blacken, and the pitmaster hisses with rage and anger.
And I am at this point, I'm just diving at him, and I'm gonna land on him.
Okay. So you dive down. Now you'll have to make that dive next turn because you've already basically moved the 50 feet to get into a position where you could see him.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just land within range, whatever that is. I'm on the ground.
Okay. You wanted to land in the... Because remember, you have to... If you do not land before your movement ends, you fall.
Right. I'm not doing that. I'm landing, whatever that means.
Okay, so you're on the rim of the canyon, looking down.
Okay.
And you said you're stepping back, correct?
If I'm on the rim, I'm stepping back. If I'm not landing on him, I'm stepping back.
Okay. Desi.
Huh? I'm gonna cast inspiration on Mark.
Okay.
Um,
You're gonna give inspiration to Ma'ak, which is just I think that's a bonus action.
Sure is. And I think that's basically all I can do unless I want to, yeah, because I'm in a ravine. It's not like I can scout or anything, and I don't want to get into a vessel. So yeah, I guess I'll just cast, give inspiration to Ma'ak.
Okay.
So you give inspiration to scout, obviously, you know.
Okay.
So to see how far I think we need to travel before we can start looking for fruit or gorge fruit or whatever again. You know, are we talking, feet, yards, miles? Like how? I mean, it's probably not miles, but
yeah, you're still climbing. You're still trying to get a sense.
Yeah, no, I'll be basically using all my movement to just go as high as I can.
Okay.
So,
okay. So, Pitmaster. And Pitmaster doesn't have a line of sight on anyone.
He can't see Crowcus through the fire either?
No, because he's already rounded a bend and doubled back. So there are two bends that Crowcus needs to get through before he'll come into sight with the Pitmaster. And okay. It's now we're back to Bap. Is Bap? I assume that you're just going to be running back to the group.
Yes.
So you catch up. Okay. So we can forego you for a couple rounds. Crocus, you're standing at the edge of this fire that is spreading, and actually, as you rush forward, the fire spreads further and starts to burn, like singe the hairs on your legs.
Okay, well, I do my best to run through it and avoid what I can, so I'm assuming that'd be an athletics check.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Okay, so that would be plus 1, 2, 3. That'd be a 16.
Wow.
Or
Wait,
no, sorry, 14. My bad.
14. So it's your athletics is a plus 10.
I have a. Oh no! I was looking at my strength savings throw. It's 12. My bad.
12. Okay. So there's actually a quite a large howdah that is on fire in your way.
Yeah.
And you have to lift it, and it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And so even with your strength, it takes a little bit of work briefly to toss it aside. And in so doing, it slows you down. You take, only 3 points of damage as you barrel through the fire.
I take no damage because I am pissed off.
Yeah.
So I shrug it off, and it means nothing to me.
Your skin, the hair on your legs singes. The leather straps of your sandals sizzle and burn away. And by the time you push your way through the debris, you're barefoot charging through. You can see livid red marks on your calves, but it means nothing to you as you push forward and round the corner. And you're able basically to get to that bend just where you can peer around, and you see another straightaway that probably goes for about 100 feet or so.
Mm-hmm.
No sign of the Pitmaster ahead of you.
Okay.
But it is Ma'ak's turn. You rise another 20 feet. You are now 10 or so feet above the rim of the canyon, and you can see Once again, you can see the ringing mountains to the west, and you can see sort of this flat, rocky expanse atop the mesa, like boulder fields, basically. And you look around and you look down, and you still can't quite see the edges of the devastation. And you can probably see easily several hundred yards in all directions, even from just 200 feet up, or from 10 feet up, because of how flat it is. Now, granted, it's a little difficult to make out. I'm not going to have you roll an investigation check because you really need to get a little bit higher before you can get a decent vantage point. But next turn, maybe. But your heart or hearts, I'm not sure how many hearts.
We have two.
Two.
We have 2 hearts.
Your hearts sink as this creeping dread overcomes you that this devastation may be truly horrifying. So and just to and so it's Char's turn.
Where am I like on my recovery here? Am I still dazed?
I mean, you still have that level of exhaustion that hasn't gone away. Your head is still pounding. You have all of the damage that you have endured from.
What's Char's HP at?
It says 29 on mine.
Out of
29.
Yeah, see that's wrong. So I'm pretty sure that you rolled a D. Let's just do this again. I'm pretty sure that I think the only damage that I can't remember if you got poisoned or not, but I'm gonna roll 3d6. That's not bad. So that's 7. So let's say that you're down 7 points.
All right. Well, then can I use one of my cure wounds spells on me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay. So I'll let you take care of that on your own, and we'll move forward to Geza.
Geza is going to fly up, and his intention is to descend on the bad man.
Okay. And as you do so, as you get ready to do your dive attack, you look down, and once again you see the motherfucker has turned invisible.
Okay. Is there evidence of his location?
So this must be an area where the Yuan-Ti have intentionally cleared a path to allow access. And so you can see that, and if he's moving down there, he must be moving through that cleared space. Because you don't see any evidence whatsoever of movement in the debris piles.
Aaron, I have a quick question. I rolled I used the 2nd level cure wounds on me, and I rolled a 9.
So you're all healed.
Yeah, you're fully healed.
So I have 31 out of 29 now?
No. You can only go up to your max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so bonus action, I guide myself as I'm diving.
Okay.
And I guess I have to investigate as my action. Is that correct?
Yep.
So that is a 20 soft.
Okay, and you catch a glimpse of a puff of dust in the sand as you land, perhaps 30 feet away from you. Now, I'll give you that investigation check as a bonus action.
Okay. Then I will fire an arrow where I think he is.
Okay. Give me that with disadvantage.
So that's a 20 and a 16.
And you see a spray of blood erupt in the air, and the arrow disappear, and a hiss of pain. Roll me some damage.
So that is a 1d6 plus 4. So that's 10 damage from my arrow.
Oh, shit. Okay.
My first good roll of the night.
Well, your second. The last one was good, too.
The last one was good, but I had guidance on
it. All right.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of guidance, I have guidance I did not use. I can use that on my damage, right?
Yeah. No, wait. Can you? Is it on any roll you choose?
Let us see. Guidance.
To one ability check. So no.
Nope. Okay. So nope.
All right, so it's Desi's turn.
So they're just still trying to kill this guy. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, because you're connected through MetaConcert too, I assume.
I couldn't pay for enough to.
Okay, so no, you're not connected. So you're assuming, but nobody's returned yet. So
I'm just gonna start marching in that direction like an overtired mother.
towards the fight.
Yeah.
Okay, so you turn back and you head the other direction, and basically end up using your whole move, and you can get past that dust devil. How long does that dust devil last?
1 minute. 10 rounds.
So actually,
it's probably fading about now.
Yeah, it's faded because we're in round 13. So it's gone at this point. So yeah, so you can move past that, and yeah, okay. So Pitmaster's turn. Shit, man. Okay. You see, Geza, you see rapid plumes of dust rise up from the ground as the Yanti Pitmaster is obviously dashing away from you. And he covers a lot of ground, gets all the way to the other end of the canyon from where you are. No attacks your way. Bap, you're still making your way back. Craucus, you round the corner and you see Geza standing there.
I mean, I don't think I need to draw his attention to me. I'm pretty sure he'd hear me as soon as I...
Yeah, you hear thunderous footfalls behind you, Geza.
Yeah.
And then Craucus, I just stop and wait.
He's at the bend. Go.
I go charging towards the bend. And
okay.
Yeah.
And you can close, you can't completely close the gap, but you can get 70 feet. So you're like, and by the time you go, the Pitmaster is running so hard, there's dust coming up off of the ground. You're maybe about 30 feet. But you've used up all of your action in the dash. And Ma'ak, you raise another 20 feet now. And it looks like from this vantage point, the radius of death is probably about 500 yards.
500 yards.
Yeah, wow. You see.
Radius, you said, or diameter?
Radius. And so you can see dead scrub brush everywhere, just ashen, and there is a wind picking up, and you can see the ash kind of pluming along the ground.
Despite himself, Ma'ak shivers with the cold chill of hell as he wonders how he will ever pay for this. How will his life ever be worth this devastation? And he will start to lower himself to the ground as quickly as possible and catch up to Desi.
Okay. Char.
I will join. I will follow Desi and Mark.
Okay. You head off with them. Geza.
Close the gap. If I need to be on the rim, I will. Crow flies, whatever. However, I can, as quickly as possible, end this slaver.
Okay. Okay, so if you dash, you could actually close the gap and be right behind him. But of course you won't be able to act. So
I want to get close enough to attack him, but not. I don't want to close the gap if I can attack.
Okay, so you can do your 50-foot flight, land. You'll be about 20 feet away from him, just ahead of Craucus. You can see where the dust is coming up off the ground, so you can give me another attack with disadvantage.
Once again, I will guide myself, and then I will attack. So 14 and 23, so 14. Does that hit?
14, it does. A plume of blood erupts.
So that's 1d6 plus 4. So 10 arrow damage.
Oh, another 10. Good. Another hiss from the Yuan-Ti, and you can hear him exclaim something in the Yuan-Ti tongue.
And I yell to Craucus, "Do you see the blood? He's right there."
It's Desi's, but you guys are all trying to catch up with the rest. At this point, the Yuan-Ti, the dust stops moving away from you. There's a turn, and in desperation, the Yuan-Ti rematerializes as you see him casting a spell yet again. Both of you must give me wisdom saves.
Me and...
You and Geza.
Geza.
Well.
23.
7.
Okay. The pit master turns back to you. You see his tendrils writhing out in your direction, and he hisses, "Leave me be." And Craucus, you just stop in your tracks and don't advance any further. He didn't tell you to leave. He just said, leave him be. And you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's a good argument. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I will do that. I will do that.
Is he now visible?
Yeah, he's visible now. And then he says to you, you fight for the man Bap that you think was a prisoner of mine, enslaved, sold to me, and those are only half-truths. Ask your friend Bap who his father is, who his patriarch is, and then decide what allegiance you hold.
Don't think you know what allegiance I hold.
Sorry, who is he talking to? Sorry, whose turn is this?
Geza. He's talking to Geza.
I'm so lost.
My allegiance.
So am I privy to this because I'm on Metaconcert?
Through Geza.
Only
I'm not-
if I
Only if
choose
Geza
to
chooses
share.
to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't. Don't think you know where my allegiances lie. You might both be dead by the end of the night. You for sure.
Well, and speaking of Bap, you round a bend and encounter Ma'ak, Char, and Desi.
Smush him.
Is Ma'ak still like flying? I mean, or levitating?
I'm not currently levitating.
Okay.
No, I'd be walking on the ground.
And I will be like,
and I have been privy to your thoughts all this time, just by FYI. I don't think I've been sharing any of it, but if there's anything choice you want to tell me before now, I would probably know it. But Aaron, you just said we're around like 13 or 14, so it's probably about to wear off for me too.
Okay. We're actually in 15 now.
Okay, well, mine lasts for a minute, but I'm not sure exactly when it started.
It's probably dropped at this point.
Okay, that's fine. Then up till now, I guess it's just about to fade. I will warn Desi in Thrycreen before he rounds the corner, though, that he'll be there.
Okay. So yeah, but you see the group. So what does Bap do?
so I say, like, I fought with the snake. I fought with the pitmaster. I wounded him. He wounded me, and I point to my wound. But he's blocked by fire. Geza has pursued him. Unless you possess flight, I think it's best to wait till he returns.
We're supposed to leave Geza one-on-one against a very powerful enemy.
I'm a fire guy, so
For you,
Fuck.
that sounds like it. Actually, for
that.
you could. That sounds like a shower to you. Time to get
yeah.
clean.
I mean, if
and,
you
and can we, we've had some. I know I'm new to this group, but can we restrain Bap? We've been so trusting of all these other characters who end up screwing us over. And
Helen.
if he's shooting fire out of his fingers, at the very least, let's put his hands behind his back.
Say that.
I'm saying it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guy, but if you're innocent, you won't mind being restrained.
I don't agree with that.
Well,
I don't. And I look to Mark and I say, "This is not what we agreed."
I made
Well,
no
in
such
truth, we
agreement.
only agreed to you surviving, that I would not kill you. And I won't. I have no intention of doing so, Bap.
And you said the
We have
clutch
much
wouldn't.
to pay for.
It's
You
either
might not.
you. It's
We
either
do.
we restrain you voluntarily, or where I come from, we chop off thieves' hands, and so I have no problem doing that.
I mean, I'm not a thief.
I don't
Well,
know.
I don't trust him at all.
But did Mark share with me that he knows that he is a defiler?
Don't you know? Or does he not know?
Desi may not know the specifics of what she
I think for
experienced.
those who fainted, you probably haven't connected the dot yet.
Oh.
Yeah, because it happened too quickly, and it's all too hazy in your memory.
Okay, at this point, since already, Aaron, you told me that my read thoughts has worn off, I will end meta concert or my connection with Bap, and I will switch it to Desi. So now it's me,
Okay.
Desi, and Geza.
Okay.
And I will basically say, so that it telepathically, so not giving any of this away. He is a dangerous and potentially dark spellcaster.
Then why would
Char has good reason to distrust him.
Then why would you argue against tying him up?
I am not arguing against tying him up at all. If that is what you wish, I will restrain him.
Let's tie him up.
And I will say,
Ma'ak moves forward, kind of shrugs.
50 Shades of Bap. Welcome to the road.
Shit's getting off.
No, Bap. What do you say as
Well,
this
I
big
say,
7
look,
foot
I will
tall
not-
mantis person comes towards you?
I will not resist you, but I think you're making a mistake. For one, that fight isn't over. There could be more. if you're attacked and I'm restrained, we all die.
I'll trust her.
And
Not fail that. And Mark will basically put an arm on your shoulder, and that's it. And he will basically just escort you, like, not restrained, but like he's got one hand on your. He knows where you are at all times. That kind of idea. And then wherever Desi goes, that's where he leads you.
And I follow again. I follow without resistance.
Okay. So you guys all have that interesting little encounter, but we're back to Geza now. The pitmaster is not looking great.
And he's visible.
He's visible.
He hears a fucking bong in his head. Let's see how this D12 roll goes. Toll of the Dead.
Okay, let me get my...
Don't waste a good
Give me
bong
that
on
damage.
him.
Give me that damage.
12. I hope that's enough, because that's max damage on a fucking Toll of the Dead. And the last thing that Geza said to him was, "Do not think that you know where my allegiances lie. You both might be dead by the end of the night, but certainly you will be."
Hold on a second. Here, I need to use the restroom. The pitmaster collapses to his knees as the necrotic damage overwhelms him, and you see the snake tendrils begin to blacken and all dry up, and you see his skin desiccate, and he starts to twitch and fall, and he starts to utter something, which I will figure out what that is while I'm using the restroom.
I'm sure it will be very pivotal and just all important.
I am so out of it. How far away is Geza?
I'm at least 200 feet away.
And why is it so important that we kill the pitmaster?
Because he's the one that knows who we are and where we went.
Also, because fuck him.
And he's a slaver, and Geza is about freeing people. And this man, this snake, if allowed to continue to breathe, will enslave more for the silk trade.
Yeah.
Can you get information from him about what he said about Bap before he's dead?
He doesn't know.
I logged everything that he said. I will be interrogating Bap further. But as far as Geza is concerned, this being needs to be ended as quickly as possible, and then he will interrogate the person who may or may not be on his side.
Well, I can help you. I'm fireproof pretty much too, so.
Geza's gonna fucking kill this guy, and then he's gonna come back and see what we do about Bap. That's where I'm at.
All right, bring his head back with you.
And you just backtracked, right? So you're just going.
Yeah, I'm going back, but I'm as the crow flies, as the Arakakra flies.
Oh.
You're not backing into any place that hasn't been desiccated, right?
I could be at this point. How many yards was it?
I don't know. And why? Where did Rob go? He's gone entirely.
Oh, Rob vanished.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
Rob, how many yards out was the desiccation?
500 yards radius.
Oh, so no.
So I'm not that far out. So I haven't gotten to green fields, and I'm aware of that and concerned because I can't create water anymore today.
I'm also. He just left what's it on his own, completely defenseless, frying in the sun.
No, I'm dragging Chance.
There's a storm right now, right?
Chance is unconscious in your midst.
The dust storm has passed.
But I wouldn't have been able to levitate if it was still storming, and I have Chance on the Travois sled. I'm just dragging him everywhere we go.
But so you guys haven't really moved.
Pause, because the Yuan-Ti pitmasters is saying his last statement before he expires, and he looks up at you as he collapses to the ground, and he begins to laugh.
You think that you have stopped us, but this operation was but one of many. The Yuan-Ti will not be stopped because of likes of you. We shall become the most dominant, and we shall take over and control all of the trade. And here, our serpentine fingers already hold deep and strong.
Thanks for letting me know it's not over. Putting a target on your brothers' backs. Die now.
And he does. And then you can regroup with everyone. Okay, and so you can get back to the conversation that you were engaged in as Geza and Craucus return.
I will fly to Craucus and say,
"Thank you, brother. I'm glad I didn't need your assistance to end that foul being, but no one else will be enslaved by him. Let us go back and see what we must do about this defiler in our midst."
And as the Yuan-Ti pitmaster dies, suddenly you are released from your enchantment, and you're very confused as why you stopped being angry at that little snake man.
Before I go, though, I would like to raid his body. Does he have any shit that I want to take?
Okay, let's see. It seems as though... Give me just a moment.
If not, then I will just take his body, because certainly I can feast on his meat and blood.
Oh yeah, I'll throw that snake over my shoulder. Whatever, flump plump plump.
Yeah, I'll bring him over to Craucus if need be.
Yeah, yeah, we can drain the snake.
No, it doesn't seem like there's he obviously ran out of the caverns quickly in pursuit of you and didn't take anything with him. So
then only his body will be of service to us, but that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right, and then you can regroup with the rest.
And I tell Craucus before we go back, drink of his blood, Craucus. I know you're thirsty and I know you're sick.
I can't remember if that's actually safe for me.
Oh. Then maybe I'll just drink of his blood.
Because I've done it before, I feel, and it was okay, but I don't.
Where are you doing this? Do you do this back with the rest of the
group? Before we even head back, I'm gonna drink some of his blood right now because I know I'm thirsty.
Okay, I'm gonna put the snake on my shoulder and he can drink.
Hold on. Oh, give me a Constitution save.
I con save on hunting wild prey as well.
You're drinking his blood. You need to give me a con save.
Fuck it, let's do it. 17.
Okay. You begin to drink the blood, and you feel the sting of venom start to course through your mouth, numbing your tongue, and causing your stomach to recoil, and you begin to dry heave. You take 5 points of poison damage.
All right.
One last attack, one last assault in death by the Yuan-Ti pitmaster.
Well, I ate uncooked worm before with no problem, but I guess the worm didn't have venom.
Yeah. So,
I will advise Crowcus against drinking this venomous body.
Okay, yeah.
We'll boil his blood, right?
Yeah. So, okay, so you're able to get back to you get back to the rest of the group. And Crowcus, you're gonna have to run through that fire again, and you're gonna have to.
Can you shrug it off again?
No, I have to rest first.
Oh, right. So you're gonna end up taking 9 points of damage from that second run through.
Can not Char neutralize it and make a path for them?
Yeah. Now that we're not pressed, I feel like there should be a way to avoid it.
I'm not sure that Char has the ability to snuff fires out.
It would have to be on a memorized spell slot.
Yeah. I mean, granted, Char, you can use the fire to not only clean your body, but regain hit points, I believe. No, you can... Shit. Without looking up... Fuck. What does it do? Sorry.
You tell me, boss.
I mean...
Now's not the time anyway.
Yeah, so. now's not really the time. I can go. It doesn't really matter. Like, you guys can reconnect. Crowcus, you end up taking... We'll just say you end up taking some more damage trying to get your way through that fire. But whatever. You take enough time that you can get through it without, like, really having to hurt yourself.
Okay.
And you can reconnect with the rest. So,
and when we get there, Bap is not restrained, but Ma'ak's hand is on him.
Yeah, he's like being kind of held by Ma'ak.
Escorted. But I think Ma'ak is in a hurry to get us out of here as quickly as we can. So once we've all reconvened, unless we have some reason to stay, Ma'ak sort of insists that we get as far away from the Yansi fortress as possible before we rest. Or before you rest. You sleepers rest, because that's what you have to do.
Bap takes solace in knowing that the pit boss is going to harm no others.
Oh, I thought I brought him with us.
Yeah, I mean, I'll hold up
you're
his
saying
head.
that as
well, the idea
his head.
I think. Oh yeah. Okay.
I just want Bap to know the man who enslaved him is no more.
Did he really enslave him?
And also, your mic is muted, sir.
I was like, wait, were you privy to that? Was Char privy to that whole thing combo?
Not that part. I think Geza is the only one who actually heard that conversation, and
I'm the only one who heard.
Well, and Crowcus heard
and
it.
Crowcus may have heard that as well. Yeah.
He didn't know what it meant.
I say, well, I wish the hand could have been mine that brought his end. I'm glad that it was yours. Thank you.
Of course. He will enslave no others, and that is all I could ask of anyone to stop this cycle of violence against the land, against the people. I'm thirsty. I drank of his blood and it poisoned me. We need to find unsullied water after the spell you cast. You have some water, Char. Thank you.
Yeah.
Who do you distribute the water to? So it's you got
got
a gallon and a half.
I've got this my skin. Desi's got a skin, and then I'm gonna give this other one to Geza.
No, Crowcus walks in front. So you say you have water. Crowcus drops the snake and probably Geza and walks right to you, holds out his skin like now.
Crowcus, share with me. I've done great works today, and you know I deserve it.
And he didn't drink poison. Crowcus drank poison. Crowcus didn't drink poison. Geza needs it more than you, right?
Share with me, Crowcus. These are the rules. You know this.
I'll let you make the roll. I'm not going to make you roll. I'll let you choose.
What I do is I just turn my head to the side. Just slowly. I move my water skin just like a few inches away, like closer to me, away from, like, because I was holding it out to you. I go, I'm waiting for you to get some. But
I will take some, but then I will leave you more than half.
Okay. So you get a quarter gallon, you get a little less than quarter gallon, you get a little bit more than quarter gallon. So basically both of you are about a third of a gallon for the day with the pint that you drank earlier, before all of this went down. And then there's still a gallon left between Char and Desi. And you can decide how you would like to divvy that up. I would say go ahead and figure that out so we can log that, because that's going to determine what kind of exhaustion you end up with at the end of the day.
Split it.
Were you all able to find more water sources? Before the defiler cast his spell, there was ample amounts for all of us, so I cast my largest spells. I can't create more water.
I still have one slot left. Can I create more? Can I create one?
Yep, you can do another gallon and a half.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Where am I at? Because I drank some last game. It was.
You're really low.
Yeah.
You only had a pint. Well, wait, how much? Because
I
gobbled up more
of the fruit. Yeah.
You're probably at a gallon and a half right now.
So I'm halfway.
You're not quite. You need 4 gallons.
I thought I needed
2.5 gallons. No, 4 gallons. You need 4 gallons. So we'll say that you're halfway. We'll say that you're at 2 gallons. So,
okay.
And then with the rest, with Char, with you casting another.
So now I have 2. Now I have 2 gallons, and Desi has a half gallon, right? Still.
Yes.
Well, then I'll give a half gallon directly to Crocus.
Okay.
And
so, go ahead.
Who else in the group is in desperate needs it first?
I don't even remember how to figure out how much I need per day.
I think
everybody else is 1 gallon. You need 1 gallon. So you are a third. You need 2/3 of a gallon.
Well, actually, when's the last time Ma'ak had a kill? Because that's the last time he drank.
I mean, you're still good.
Am I?
Is the pit
because I gave up my.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also
carrying.
carrying.
If you remember,
we were carrying the pit boss also. If he has any remaining poisoned blood, you can drink of it.
No thanks.
Ma'ak is fine. Well, like Ma'ak can probably go without drinking a sip for a couple more days before he really needs to worry.
Oh, all right, then that's fine.
So yeah, because I mean, you only need a pint a day, but you can you can go without.
Then if I just made a gallon and a half, and everyone else is okay, then I'll give an additional half gallon to Crocus, so he'll have.
We'll just say that once you do that and you distribute it, like everybody is close. You just need, like everybody just needs a little bit more to supplement.
Surely
so
we
like
can travel.
If you can push forward and find a place in the gorge that is outside of that radius of Bap's defiling magic, that you should be able to find, hopefully, gorge fruit enough to basically top you off, and keep you from incurring any more exhaustion.
I mean, as an outlander, I should be able to do that, to forage with survival and feed like 5 people or whatever the 5e rules are. So
yeah,
I'll do the Athesian equivalent of that.
Yeah, and I'll just long story it. You can do that, and
sure.
you eventually, like, 500 yards, in the grand scheme of a day's travel is not that far.
No.
So you can get outside of that radius and find more gorge fruit. There's not a lot. You really have to scrounge. You probably end up spending about an hour or so gathering gorge fruit, enough to sate your needs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can continue on your way. Now, what I'm interested in is this last conversation we're going to have.
Once we secure the water, Geza immediately starts to interrogate Bap.
Okay, so give it to me. Or give it to Bap, rather.
Defiler, your pit boss alluded to a history. Tell us the truth, and maybe you survive the night. But it's important that you be completely honest and that I give a shit.
And we're both playing, like, he's playing bad cop, I'm playing kill cop. So
can I be short bad cop?
Oh yeah, no, we'll all
feel free. Chime in.
Is
everyone a bad cop?
Well, I mean, come on.
I want you to know, Bap, that you will die a free man regardless. The pit boss is gone, and it is my intention to destroy the silk trade. However, defiling is against everything I believe in. I want to bring Athos back to its richness, and everything that you stand for as a weak magic caster who defiles the land, I do not allow. I am at a crossroads, and it is up to you to convince me not. It is up to you to convince me that you stay alive till tomorrow.
Well, if you wish,
your father?
Well, I'm going to answer Geza first. I just want to be clear that Mark still has his arm around me.
Mark is at this point. I mean, I think he's probably standing nearby.
Okay.
But he is. He's trying to appear as impartial as possible. He's gonna try to play Tech Chakak here as best he can, and like here are grievances amongst clutchmates. They have to voice them, and then there's decisions need to be made by the clutch leader. Ma'ak will do his best to use a meta concert to let them share memories and experiences and whatever else they need to be understood. However, I don't have enough points left. Well, I probably could read his mind like one more time, but I still feel like I'm saving those points for a rainy day. Well, that's a bad metaphor in Athos, but
Yeah.
A bad time.
Yeah, so I'm not going to spend the last 3. We're going to do this like through just general meta concert, I suppose.
Okay.
I want you to understand, Bap, that I believe you, that you did not intend to do the amount of destruction that you did, but I don't think any destruction can really be allowed. And it would be hard for me to let you walk away knowing that you intend to defile the land more. Even without this obsidian that you will not be taking with you.
I will. Well, the obsidian was not mine, but I have no intent to defile the land anymore. And I believe I've been punished for my crimes. And not only, you've seen what the other slaves went through, and you've seen what I was and what I was, in the conditions I was kept. And then I pull up my eye patch, and I show that one of my eyes is obsidian, and I said, like, it's those in Tyr have punished me, the Wanti have punished me, and it seems that Athos itself is punishing me. But if you truly care about stopping the slave trade, the silk trade, then I may be your best bet. And I'm not lying to you. Sorry. I was just going to say, I will not dishonor you by you've proved honorable to me, says Mark. I will not dishonor you with lies. I believe it was who was it, Crocus or Char that asked my family.
Crocus came to stand before you and demanded to know who your father was.
My father is of House Yanto. Am I saying it right, Aaron?
Yeah, Yanto. Yeah.
As am I. And I am nephew. More important than my father is the patriarch, my uncle, Strabo Yanto, sorry. I's and L's. maybe what you would call a black sheep of my family, or whatever the Athasian word of that.
The black kank, or no, the black Bosrog.
It's like So it's and I desired to know more than anything what was the secret of the silk, so that I could strike out on my own. And I did use magic. It only damaged the gardens of my house, but I learned that there was indeed something sinister beyond it. But whether it was for my act of defiling, or for my act of, or because they worried of what I would learn, they sent me to find the truth. And the truth is what you see. That slaves are used, and worse, people are used themselves, their innards, to make this silk. It is, if you are truly for preserving life and not defiling it, then you can't allow the Yuan-Ti to continue. We've already let my fellow slaves die. I bear some responsibility for that, so I won't put it all on you, but
they were beyond rescue as far as we could tell.
Is that true? I thought we just left them.
Actually,
they were
like a dozen.
Like it,
yeah.
You know that those who were left were. It only takes like maybe an hour or two before someone is beyond hope. Once they are connected to the Brood Queen.
No. Also, I know they were, but the other slaves. I'm thinking not the people who were connected.
Well, they probably could have been saved, and perhaps now with the Pitmaster dead, and having killed basically half of the other Yuan-Ti that were working there, there's a good chance that they could escape on their own at this point. The other thing to keep in mind is that remember, you were sent there by your family as punishment.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think I communicated that. If I did,
yeah, okay.
No, I certainly was. So.
You said something to the effect of like you were sent there to find out. It wasn't that you were sent there to find out.
He was set up.
You were set.
No. What I meant by that was saying like, oh, Nate, you want to know? Like, here's how you're gonna know.
Oh, okay. I
so like so I wasn't on some like secret mission. They punished me, and I'll say, look, in terms of what I can do, there's a bounty on me in Tyr, but I think if properly disguised and accompanied, we can go back to my family home, and we can learn. I mean, your clutch can search the desert for years and never find their Yuan-Ti, but my family will know where they are. They'll know the extent of the trade. They'll know where it is, and I will know the right questions to ask of the right people. So you can have your satisfaction and kill me now, or you can allow me the chance to atone, and better yet, you can have a chance of stopping this inhumane silk trade.
I want to instinctively trust him. Should I make an insight roll?
I want you to make an insight roll, and I also want Mark to make an insight roll for Bap.
Okay, sure.
25.
25? You think that he's being sincere? Well, actually, I should ask, is Bap being sincere?
Yes. I rolled a 5, by the way. I mean, he's being sincere in the sense of like, his preferred thing would be to, just like,
to
hey
live.
Guys, like, yeah, just to live. So it is definitely in his interest, but he's telling the truth, I think, partially for a couple of reasons. One, he knows there's a thought leader in the group. I think he does respect both Ma'ak and Geza. Ma'ak because he's kept his word, and Geza because he killed he also kept his word and killed the Pitmaster. He has hesitations about going, and I think it's also fair to say, his only goal in going back would not be to just like end the silk trade. I mean, he doesn't care for it, but like he's not too thrilled with his family either. I think that would be pretty apparent.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way he speaks is like, yeah, like, you know, like, yeah, you want to go kill my uncle? But like, you know, like,
Yeah,
I'll distract him. You stick the knife in the back, or the other way around.
What exactly is your familial tie to the silk trade? What does your family do?
So they're sellers, right? If I'm
they're silk merchants.
Yeah, they're merchants.
Halcyanto traffics in two main products: iron from the Tyrian iron mines, and silk. The King silk or Alcazar silk trade is something that they have been dabbling in for about the past year. And only in the past maybe 3 months have they really established their trade proper and made inroads with not only King Kalek, but also King Hamanu. And there's also talk in Halcyanto of expanding to Balak. And then sky's the limit from there. They want to corner the market for Alcazar silk.
So I know this family.
You do know this family. You've had experiences with them a lot.
Do I know
what's that?
Do I know the story of a son that mysteriously disappeared? Like, do I actually know him? At least
give me a shit. You know what? I'm not even going to make you roll. This would absolutely ring a bell. This would have been talk of the this would have been talked about a lot during the presentation ball, where you were going to be where your betrothal was going to be sold in Yorick.
His name, because I'm assuming, is his name actually Bap, or by hearing the story am I gonna make connections to?
No, his name wasn't Bap. It was actually Baprasa.
Well, it's short, but yeah, I mean, it's not like
yeah. But the name that you knew was Baprasa.
So I'm gonna actually bark out. You are Baprisayanto.
Yes, nobody's called me that in a while, but that is my name. Yes.
And what was his reputation?
His reputation was as a bit of a black Erdlu in the family, like, you know, it was known amongst the merchant elite that Halcyanto had a son who was a wizard and dabbled in the dark arts of the craft, and it was Baprasa. And what you had heard was that Baprasa went missing after an event in the Elven Market in Tyr, where he used some defiling magic, and the next thing they knew that Halcyanto took measures to make sure that they dealt with it before King Kalek dealt with it.
I am both apprehensive and titillated. I thought you were dead.
I thought I was too, and till you and your clutch saved me. So, despite your friend's willingness to, seemingly willingness to either kill or restrain me, I do feel like as if I owe you.
Yeah. Well, and also this is some other information that Desi would have through your merchant connections, is that Halcyanto is one of the most important rising houses in this region of the Tablelands, because they have become the primary supplier of iron outside of House Vordon to Hamanu. And they have been for some time trying to basically weasel House Vordon out of their stranglehold over the iron trade in Uruk. And they have been doing quite well. And the silk trade was sort of a double threat, where they were starting to supply some of the best silk in the land, and they could combine their trade and offer discounts on both, and therefore try to basically horn in on Vordon's trade for iron. And the scuttlebutt in Uruk was that Ianto has been like kind of on the verge of making a big deal with Hamanu. And it's all because of the silk trade. I mean, the iron is iron, no matter what, and it all comes from Tyr. But silk is something different completely, because there is a vast difference in like the street level silk, and Alcazar silk is something utterly different. A single bolt of Alcazar silk is worth 100 gold pieces, which is a goddamn fucking fortune. And you left many bolts of that silk back there to burn in those caverns. A fucking fortune you have cost House Ianto. And not only that, Alcazar silk has armor properties, meaning it can be woven in such a way that it can resist a sword blow, an arrow, a club. It is one of the strongest materials in all of Athos, highly sought after by all Templars, which they use as their garment, which is also their armor. So, and it weighs next to nothing. So it's literally worth more than its weight in gold. So,
do you have any
here? So, I'm sorry, yes. Say that again.
I'm wondering if Bap has any remaining allies in Tyr, or if it is only his family that wants him dead.
You do, Bap. You have quite a whisper network that you were connected with.
Oh, yes, I do.
Well, I'm convinced of your sincerity and your intention to leave defiling in your past. Tell us more about your obsidian eye. You obviously have interest in the obsidian that you have in your own skull. Why not this extra obsidian? Is this the source of your power or just a magnifying source?
It is, as I said, some sort of punishment or side effect of defiling, or perhaps of using magic. I am self-taught, so I would not know if other mages have paid this sort of price.
You're saying but your eye turned to obsidian through defiling?
It did. And that is why I wanted to see if perhaps I could learn something.
Wait, Char?
Then call me crazy, but amongst my little dwarven people, when someone has an infection or a tumor, we remove it so it doesn't spread.
You cut it out.
I got a sharp spoon. It's got Bap's name written all over it.
Why a spoon, cousin?
to get the eye out.
It's circular. It tracks.
I still have hope that it may be healed. I don't know the ways of dwarves.
That ship has sailed.
Can you
great.
Can you see with it? And I start wiggling my enormous finger right towards it.
It's an inorganic growth in your body, is it not?
I see. It is not completely inorganic. when I look through it, I see death.
Yeah.
I can see people age and rot.
Is that something you wish to continue to see?
I wish to hold on to my eye. And
I wish I was 6 feet tall, Bap. Some things aren't going to happen.
I say,
Star, I think we can let him keep his eye for now. He is of value.
Okay. I'm just going on record. This doesn't feel good.
It may even be useful to strike fear in the hearts of some.
And now that you're speaking of obsidian, give me an investigation check with advantage, Bap.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll it twice. So the first was 22. We'll see what the second one was. Is it coming up? Well, maybe I didn't hit it.
And okay. I gotta leave soon, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that too.
We're almost done. We're almost done.
Yes,
it's gonna be like the last
22
moment.
and an 18.
Just a heads up. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. So you as you start to talk about the obsidian, you realize, oh, that obsidian orb, the thing that magnified your power beyond belief, that is contraband, and there is no way in hell that this clutch of individuals is getting through the gates of Tyr with that object. And you sort of have the perfect way to smuggle that object into Tyr.
In his eye?
No.
In his butt?
Pouch.
Wait.
Yeah, in your pouch. Because you still have room. And you know that if you put the obsidian orb in the pouch, then as far as the guards of Tyr are concerned, it will look like nothing more than another ceramic piece.
Can you describe a pouch to me? What are we talking about?
Do you want to explain it, Mark?
Yeah,
or should I?
Yeah. You explain it, but you have but Bap would be sharing this.
Okay. So basically, the pouch that you gave back to Bap, that had 20 ceramic pieces and 2 silver pieces in it. Bap explains to you that it is a thing known as a smuggler's pouch. Anything you put into the pouch is enchanted with an illusion that makes that object look like it is a common ceramic piece. And he pulls out a ceramic piece and shows it to you. And after about 12 seconds, 2 rounds, it turns into a clay cylinder. And he says, see this cylinder? This cylinder is magic missile. He drops it back into the pouch. And then he pulls another one out and he says, see this? I'm not sure if BAP has magic missiles.
This is like an infomercial for BAP.
Yeah.
I don't have
another one out.
And
so basically that would be it. That's exactly how it works. And so you could put the obsidian orb in the pouch, and to the guards at the caravan gate, it would look as if it was just a common ceramic piece.
But what about the eye? They're going to want to look at the eye patch. If these guards are guarding Tyr from obsidian, they're going to not say, "Oh."
Well, not if
he said, "That's what that's what the silver is for. The silver is real, and the silver is for bribes. So." If they ever it rarely happens that anyone asks you to lift your eye patch up, because that's just not something that guards look for. Like, guards don't expect you to hide magical contraband inside your eye socket in Tyr. They're not that smart. But if they ever were,
our DM is sadistic, so that could
but if they ever were, BAP can tell you a silver piece is good enough to, encourage them not to wonder what's under his eye patch. And he's done it before, and he can do it again. But BAP, you can basically say, if you're all comfortable with the idea, then the obsidian orb can be hidden inside the pouch.
So can I carry the pouch?
It's just the fact that it's obsidian. Like, obsidian is contraband, not this particular piece of obsidian. Just any obsidian?
No. Like, this is an obsidian orb.
It's worth
if
a
you
fortune.
ask, we'll just say for the sake of argument that you ask Craucus to pull it from the pouch so that you can all see it again. And you can now see that the orb is glowing with its own light from inside. A dim blue light, like a heartbeat, is pulsing inside. And that means this is magic. And
Then
magic is contraband.
Can we not? I'm fine if everyone agrees with this of keep putting it in that pouch. But I don't want Bap to be carrying that pouch with that around in it. With his,
I think Char makes a good point.
with his stink eye and a
Bap
big
with
a big-
us. We keep Bap with us. We put the obsidian in the pouch, and someone other than Bap carries it.
I will carry it.
Oh, I don't know
Bap?
about that.
No.
Baprasa, are you good with that?
I'm good with that if I can have my spell cylinders back and the silver. You can have the pouch.
Yeah. Well, I
think
mean, of course,
that it's best if you carry them in the pouch so that we get through the guards, and then we give them back to you. I have no interest in keeping your cylinders.
But you only have to do it while you're going through the gate, because of course the spell cylinders will have to be also hidden. So as long as you can give Bap his spell cylinders now, until
for
you
now,
get to the
you
gate,
can keep them for sure. But when we travel through the gate, everything goes in the pouch. That's the only smart way to do this.
Then if you will guarantee that, and I look at both Geza and Mark, I say, if you will both guarantee that, then I will allow you to.
Of course. Well, if I wanted you dead, you would know it.
there's something that you know about dwarves. They have a thing called a focus, and they can have more than one focus at a time. But if they swear to do something, they must do it unto death. And if a dwarf goes against their focus, they turn into a banshee when they die. So if you really want to hammer this home, you could always ask. You could always basically say, Char, you must make one of your foci that you will not steal my bag and my spells.
I'd like to do that and say that you will return it to me as soon as we're through the gate.
And to which I respond, you're really in no position to negotiate terms. I'm not gonna swear to anything. I'm gonna defer to Geza and Craucus and Mock. And if you fuck with us, they might say they won't do anything to you. But I'm not doing that. I don't trust you yet. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Will you all be satisfied if I carry the pouch?
Yes.
It does.
Absolutely.
Then I will happily carry your pouch, Bap, and I will keep your items safe. Anything that you wish to retrieve from it, simply ask me.
I think it's unreasonable to ask Char to promise anything to you, because if anything goes wrong, that's his head. And why should he sacrifice himself for you?
I am the only one who has made a promise to Bap, and I intend to continue to keep it. He will not come into harm while he is under my guardianship. That being said, Bap, I do not feel like I need to warn you what may befall you if you betray a clutch.
I am well aware. And so, but the agreement is I can carry it until we get to the gate, and after it's just during the transit, right?
Then yeah. I see no problem with this, and then Desi would hear one-on-one through Meta Concert. Are you satisfied? Do you wish him to travel with us?
Me, Ma'ak.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, say that again.
Yeah, I appreciate your acknowledging me, Ma'ak. Yeah, that satisfies me.
Well, Ma'ak always defers to you.
I know you do, and I appreciate it.
Okay, so let's long story short this. So you all, make your pact, and you resolve your issues, and you set off towards Tyr once more. You know that you have several days of travel ahead of you, and it is a grueling several days, and it is difficult to find water enough. And you don't find water enough. And by the time you crest that hill once again, that mesa, and stand at the edge, looking out across the vast, low plain where the city of Tyr sits, you have all incurred several more levels of exhaustion. You are dragging. You are gaunt. You have probably lost 10% of your water weight. Your cheeks are sunken. Your eyes bulge from their sockets. Your lips are cracked. Your fingertips are starting to blacken as your capillaries in your blood constrict. And you know that as you make your way, you have so little life left, so little time left. And so, at last, once again, you stand perched at the rim of a broad, high mesa, gazing down upon a veritable paradise. In truth, it is little more than a scrub plain sheltered in a wide valley tucked into the foothills of the Ringing Mountains. A circle of hard scrabble farms wrestle whatever life they can out of the barren soil. But after so many days of hardship and wandering through the burning wastes of Athos, the valley that surrounds the city-state of Tyr with its gleaming golden tower and rainbow ziggurat is perhaps the most beautiful sight you have ever seen. Your sojourn through the brink of oblivion is over. And by day's end, on that day, you stand before the great caravan gate of the city-state of Tyr, ready to enter.
Long rest?
Yay! Prequel's over.
Hey.
Okay, guys, so thank you. We went a little long tonight. Thanks, everybody, for staying with us and watching. And Mark, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah,
you,
this was so much fun.
And I so want to have you back as often as we possibly can, because obviously Bap is going to become such an integral character in this story. Didn't even realize when we set out. It seems now the party wants to take down Hacianto. We shall see what we can do going forward.
I have a joke before we leave.
Yeah. Mark's joke.
What do you call the cream cheese that Mark Sable's character puts on his bagel? A Bap Schmear.
Holy shit. Is that the name of the episode? Is it Bap Schmear?
Bap Schmear is so the name of the episode.
That is pretty great.
So fucking dumb.
All right, so check out Mark's Kickstarter. It's supposed to go live tomorrow. Please.
Yes,
it's going to be awesome. So, and we will link out to that in every way that we can. And we will see you in 3 weeks. We will probably be doing some Sunday hangouts and stuff in between.
Yeah.
But Dark Sun, Fire and Sand will return in 3 weeks. Good night, everybody.
Wave goodbye, everyone.
Good night, all.
Night.